Let's talk about respect, or more precisely, what to do when you're not getting it. We've all been there. A snide remark from a coworker, a passive-aggressive comment from someone you thought was a friend, or even a stranger's rudeness. Each one hits differently, but the feeling is always the same. Disrespect can sneak up on you, whether it's loud and in your face or subtle and hard to pinpoint. And while the disrespect might come from other people, the power to handle it lies squarely in your hands. When you face disrespect, it can feel like a jab to your dignity. You might feel the urge to respond, to prove something, or even to strike back. That's natural. But here's a little secret. The most powerful response to disrespect isn't always the obvious one. Often, it's the choice not to react in kind. Staying calm, composed, and rooted in your self-respect has a way of turning the tables. It sends a message far stronger than any comeback ever could. It shows that you're not easily thrown off by someone else's negativity, that your self-worth is too steady to be shaken. There's a certain strength in staying unbothered. It's not about suppressing your emotions or pretending everything is fine, far from it. It's about choosing where to place your energy. When you're clear about your own value, you realize that not every slight deserves your response. You begin to see that you can handle disrespect with grace, without sacrificing your peace of mind or stooping to the level of pettiness that might be directed your way. You start to see disrespect for what it really is, a reflection of the other person's inner world, not yours. But how does one actually stay calm in those moments? It's easy to tell ourselves to let it go or be the bigger person, but in the heat of the moment, it can feel nearly impossible. That's where preparation comes in. Learning the tools to handle disrespect before it happens gives you an edge. Just like an athlete trains for a big game, preparing your mind to handle tough situations makes you stronger when the time comes. Think of it like this. Building the skills to handle disrespect isn't just about fending off negativity from others. It's about developing an inner resilience that benefits every area of your life. The more you practice keeping your peace in difficult situations, the easier it becomes to face challenges of all kinds. Soon, you'll notice that what used to bother you no longer has the same power over you. Those snide remarks, those backhanded compliments, those passive-aggressive digs, they'll lose their sting. You'll become someone who stands firm, who holds their head high, and who navigates the world with a quiet confidence that speaks louder than words. This kind of strength starts from within. It's rooted in self-respect and the understanding that you have a right to set boundaries, to say no to disrespect, and to protect your peace. You don't need anyone's permission to value yourself, nor do you owe anyone an explanation for expecting respect. This isn't about being tough or closed off. It's about honoring yourself enough to choose what you allow into your life and, just as importantly, what you refuse to entertain. Setting boundaries can be challenging, especially if you're used to putting others' needs ahead of your own, or if you're afraid of causing tension. But each boundary you set is a step toward inner peace. Boundaries are like invisible lines that remind others where your comfort zone is, without you having to spell it out every time. When people see that you stand by your values, they're more likely to respect you. And if they don't, then you know it's time to distance yourself from their negativity, preserving your energy for people who see and appreciate your worth. The power of silence is another key element in handling disrespect with strength. When faced with someone's attempt to put you down or provoke you, silence can be a game changer. Staying silent doesn't mean you're ignoring what happened or allowing bad behavior to slide. Instead, it's a way of showing that you're not willing to engage with negativity. Silence can communicate more than words ever could. It shows that you're unruffled, that their words don't affect you, and that you won't play into their power games. This isn't about suppressing your voice. It's about choosing when and how to use it wisely. Confidence also plays a huge role here. When you hold your head high and make eye contact, you're sending a signal that you respect yourself and you expect others to do the same. Confidence doesn't mean arrogance. It's simply the assurance that you know your worth. Walking with confidence helps you avoid the need for constant explanations or justifications. When you're grounded in your self-worth, you understand that not everyone will agree with your choices, and that's perfectly fine. You don't owe anyone an explanation for who you are or how you choose to live. Confidence speaks volumes, and it naturally discourages disrespect. Of course, handling disrespect isn't just about brushing off rude comments. Sometimes disrespect is subtle, a joke that's not really funny, or friendly advice that feels more like criticism. Learning to recognize subtle manipulation is key. People might hide disrespect behind humor or fake concern, making it harder to address directly. But once you become aware of these tactics, you can respond calmly and with clarity. You don't need to explain yourself or defend your choices. Sometimes a simple, "Thanks, but I've got it handled," is enough to shut down subtle disrespect. One of the most powerful things you can do is protect your energy. Your mental and emotional energy are valuable resources, and constantly spending them on negative people only drains you. Choosing when to engage and when to step back allows you to save that energy for people and situations that uplift and encourage you. You're allowed to limit your time with people who don't respect you. This isn't selfish, it's self-respect in action. Self-respect is the foundation for every interaction you have with others. When you respect yourself, you set a higher standard for how you allow others to treat you. This doesn't mean you're perfect or that you'll never feel hurt by someone's words or actions. But it does mean that you trust yourself to handle those moments with dignity and grace. It means you know that your worth doesn't depend on anyone else's approval, and that no one has the power to define who you are except you. As you move forward, keep in mind that each encounter with disrespect is a chance to strengthen your character. Disrespectful people may try to test your boundaries or shake your confidence, but each time you respond with grace and dignity, you're building a resilience that can't be easily broken. You're showing yourself and others that you're not defined by someone else's negativity. You're showing that you're above petty games and that you hold yourself to a higher standard. So the next time disrespect comes your way, remember, you have choices. You have the choice to stay calm, to set boundaries, to protect your energy, and to stand firm in your self-respect. Each choice you make is a small act of self-care, a way of honoring who you are. You're showing the world that you're not someone who can be easily swayed by others' opinions or actions. You're someone who walks with confidence, who values themselves deeply, and who understands that respect begins within. This journey is about cultivating a quiet strength, one that doesn't need loud words or dramatic actions. It's about becoming someone who isn't easily provoked, who isn't shaken by petty negativity, and who carries themselves with the grace that only true self-respect can bring. As you start to embody these qualities, you'll notice that disrespect loses its grip on you. The power is yours, and every time you choose grace over anger, confidence over defensiveness, and calm over chaos, you're choosing a better life. Let this journey empower you. Let it remind you of the strength you already have within. When you master these skills, you're not just handling disrespect, you're rising above it. And in doing so, you're creating a life that's centered, peaceful, and deeply rooted in respect, the kind that no one can take away from you. Let's begin with the first lesson on dealing with disrespect, a technique that might sound simple on the surface, but holds immense power beneath. Silence. Silence has a unique way of shifting the dynamics in any situation, especially in moments of disrespect. It's easy to think that responding to disrespect is the best way to defend oneself, to show you won't stand for it. But here's a thought. What if not responding actually places you in a stronger position? When we choose silence, we're saying more than words ever could, and we're saying it with dignity, restraint, and a quiet strength that's difficult to ignore. There's an art to silence, a subtlety that commands respect without raising a single voice. In the face of disrespect, silence speaks volumes. It shows you're composed, unmoved, and unwilling to engage with negativity. The person who disrespects you expects a reaction. They're ready for an argument, a comeback, a defensive response. But silence throws them off balance. It forces them to confront their own actions, to question why their words have fallen on ears that simply won't respond. This subtle power of silence shifts the focus back to them, leaving you untouched, as if shielded by an invisible barrier. Choosing silence in these moments might feel unnatural. After all, when someone disrespects you, there's a natural urge to defend yourself, to show that you won't tolerate such treatment. But here's the beauty of silence. It shows, with quiet confidence, that you don't need to defend yourself to feel valued. You're already secure in who you are. Silence has a way of drawing a line in the sand without you needing to lift a finger. It's a declaration of self-respect that says, I don't need to lower myself to respond to this. When others witness this calmness, this refusal to be baited, it creates a ripple effect of respect. Silence doesn't mean accepting disrespect. It's a choice to respond on your terms, with dignity and control. Another layer of silence's power lies in its ability to create discomfort, not for you, but for the person who disrespects you. When you stay quiet, they're left to deal with the weight of their own words. They're forced to reflect on the awkwardness, to feel the emptiness where a reaction should be. They may even feel a twinge of regret or embarrassment, realizing that their disrespectful behavior has met with no response. In those moments, silence acts as a mirror, showing them the truth of their actions without you having to say a word. It's a reminder that their words don't have the power they thought they did. Silence also allows you to maintain control over your emotions. By choosing not to respond immediately, you give yourself the space to process what's happened, to let the initial sting fade without reacting impulsively. When we react instantly, our emotions can cloud our judgment, leading us to say things we might later regret. Silence creates a buffer, a pause that allows you to breathe, to regain your composure, and to think more clearly. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It means honoring them by giving yourself the chance to respond thoughtfully, not reactively. There's a discipline to remaining silent, a strength that grows with practice. In moments of disrespect, your silence becomes a powerful statement. It says, I am not controlled by your words. It shows that you're steady, that you won't be pulled into petty exchanges or emotional outbursts. Silence becomes a way to detach, to rise above, to stay anchored in your own sense of worth. This detachment is a form of self-protection. It shields you from absorbing the negativity directed your way. By not reacting, you prevent others from dictating your mood or your sense of self. You retain control over your own state of mind, choosing peace over chaos. Silence can also create an aura of mystery. When you don't respond to disrespect, people are left guessing. They wonder what you're thinking, why you're not reacting, if they've underestimated your strength. Silence piques curiosity. It makes people aware that you're not easily swayed or affected. This mystery can be a source of strength in itself. It signals that you're not easily read, that you don't wear your emotions on your sleeve. Silence invites others to respect you, if only because they can't fully understand you. In professional settings, silence can be particularly powerful. When a colleague or superior makes a dismissive comment or undermines your efforts, silence can shift the power balance. Instead of immediately defending yourself, which may appear defensive or insecure, silence allows you to hold your ground with quiet confidence. It signals that you're not shaken, that you have enough self-assurance to let the moment pass without reacting. This type of response can often speak louder than words, showing others that you're in control of your emotions, that you're not easily rattled, and that you have the maturity to choose dignity over defensiveness. Silence also teaches others something valuable about boundaries. When you don't respond to disrespect, it's a non-verbal way of saying, "This isn't worth my energy." Over time, people learn that their attempts to provoke you are ineffective. They come to understand that you won't be drawn into arguments or conflicts. Silence becomes a boundary, a way of showing that you reserve your responses for situations that truly matter. It sends a message that you don't entertain negativity, that you value your peace too much to waste it on petty exchanges. This is a lesson that others will begin to respect, and it's one that enhances your own self-respect. Silence is also deeply freeing. When you release the need to respond to every slight, every comment, every instance of disrespect, you free yourself from the constant weight of other people's opinions. You begin to live with a kind of inner peace that isn't easily disturbed. Silence helps you let go of the pressure to prove yourself, to correct others' perceptions, to control every interaction. In the stillness of silence, you find a kind of freedom that words could never provide. You begin to trust that your value isn't determined by others' approval or disapproval. Your worth is already intact, and silence becomes a reminder of that truth. Over time, practicing silence in response to disrespect can strengthen your own self-respect. It reinforces the idea that you don't need to justify yourself, that you don't need to meet negativity with negativity. Instead, you're choosing to meet it with grace. Silence becomes a habit, a way of responding to the world that prioritizes your inner peace over fleeting satisfaction. It reminds you that not every battle is worth fighting, and that sometimes the greatest victory is found in walking away unscathed. As you master this skill, you'll find that your confidence grows, that your sense of calm deepens, and that your presence becomes more powerful. For those who attempt to bring negativity into your life, silence is a gentle yet firm rejection. It's a way of saying, "You don't hold power over me." It reminds you that you're not here to satisfy everyone, that you don't need to meet every slight with equal force. Silence is a reminder that your dignity is more important than proving a point. It's an act of self-preservation, a commitment to yourself that you won't let anyone disrupt your peace. And as you embrace this approach, you'll find that silence becomes your strongest response, a shield that deflects negativity and keeps your heart and mind at ease. In the end, silence isn't about avoidance, it's about strength. It's about choosing to respond with a clear mind and an open heart, unburdened by the need for others' validation. It's about finding confidence in restraint, grace in stillness, and power in your own presence. Silence, in its own quiet way, reminds you that your self-worth isn't up for debate. It's something you carry within, unshakable and profound. And in a world that often values loudness, silence becomes a rare and valuable force, one that leaves an impact far deeper than words ever could. So the next time you face disrespect, remember the power you hold in staying silent. Know that your silence is not weakness. It's a reflection of your strength, your self-control, and your unwavering sense of self. Embrace it, let it ground you, and allow it to transform the way you experience the world. In silence, you find your own voice, clear and steady, telling you that you are enough, just as you are, without needing to say a single word. Silence has its own language, but boundaries add clarity to that silence. When you choose to stay silent in the face of disrespect, you're already sending a message, but there's another layer of strength that can be added without saying a word: boundaries. Boundaries don't always need spoken explanations or confrontations. Often, the strongest boundaries are set through non-verbal cues and simple, steady actions. Boundaries are about creating a space around you that says, "This is where I stand, and this is what I will or won't accept." They're about maintaining respect for yourself while letting others know your limits. Setting these boundaries without speaking shows that you don't need to argue or justify your standards to protect them. It's a calm assertion of self-respect that often leaves a powerful impression, even more than words would. There's a confidence that comes with clear, silent boundaries. When people see you stand firm without flinching, without needing to defend or justify, they learn exactly where you stand. This approach builds a quiet resilience, one that preserves your peace and lets others know you're not to be disrespected or manipulated. Non-verbal boundaries can start with your posture. Standing tall, shoulders back, and head held high sends a signal that you value yourself. Your body language reflects your self-respect, and those who witness it pick up on this without you having to say a word. People often underestimate how much our posture communicates. When you stand with confidence, you create an aura that speaks of stability and strength. People are less likely to overstep your boundaries when they sense that strength radiating from you. Maintaining eye contact is another powerful non-verbal boundary. By looking someone directly in the eye when they speak to you, you're showing them that you're present, alert, and not intimidated. It's a form of silent strength that can make others pause before they attempt any disrespect. Distance is another way to establish boundaries. When someone behaves disrespectfully, you can communicate your limits by stepping back or creating physical space. This small, seemingly simple act holds a lot of weight. By physically distancing yourself, you're showing that you won't accept their negative energy in your personal space. This isn't about being overly sensitive. It's about respecting your own comfort zone and making it clear that you won't tolerate someone invading it with negativity. This subtle gesture lets others know that their actions won't be allowed to affect you closely. It teaches them that your space is something they need to respect if they want to interact with you. A calm, composed facial expression can be one of the most effective boundary-setting tools. When someone attempts to test your limits or provoke you, maintaining a neutral expression shows that their behavior doesn't rattle you. This expression, or lack of one, can communicate far more than any words of protest or argument. You're essentially letting them know that you won't be easily provoked, that their attempts to disrupt your peace are futile. This controlled response disarms others, as they quickly realize they can't pull you into their emotional games. It shows maturity, a firm sense of self, and an unwillingness to be dragged into negativity. Crossing your arms is another subtle but clear boundary signal. While some may see it as defensive, it can be an effective way to convey that you're not open to disrespect or negativity. By crossing your arms, you're closing yourself off to any unwelcome behavior or conversation. It's a quiet statement of protection, a way of saying, "I'm here, but I'm not available for this." This gesture creates a barrier between you and any unwanted energy, protecting your peace without you needing to utter a word. People can sense that this posture means you're not receptive to their actions and that any further disrespect is unwelcome. Even the tone of your breathing can play a role in setting boundaries. Slow, deep breaths show a calmness that communicates composure and stability. When faced with disrespect, controlling your breath keeps your emotions steady and prevents you from being pulled into reactive responses. It's a way of showing others that you're unaffected, that you're holding your ground without becoming flustered. This calm presence is often enough to make others back down, as they realize their behavior hasn't provoked you in the way they may have intended. Deep, controlled breathing also signals to yourself that you're in control, that no one else's actions have the power to disturb your inner peace. Nonverbal boundaries are also about the rhythm of your interactions. When someone disrespects you, slowing down your responses can send a clear message. Instead of reacting quickly, you can take a pause, letting them feel the weight of your silence. This subtle delay is a boundary in itself, a way of asserting that you're not willing to engage on their terms. By controlling the pace of the interaction, you're taking back control, making it clear that you won't be rushed or pressured into responding. This unhurried presence gives you the power to choose when and how you engage, rather than being pulled into someone else's urgency or negativity. Mirroring is another subtle but powerful boundary-setting tool. When someone speaks to you in a tone that feels disrespectful, you can respond by mirroring their energy in a controlled, calm way. For instance, if someone raises their voice, you don't have to match their volume. Instead, you can respond with steady calmness. This contrast can highlight their disrespect without you having to call it out directly. By mirroring with calmness, you show that you won't be dragged down to their level, that you're able to stay true to your standards even when faced with negativity. Nonverbal boundaries also include a respectful silence after someone crosses a line. When you choose not to respond right away, you're allowing the moment to linger, letting the other person feel the discomfort of their own behavior. This silence is a subtle way of saying, "I noticed that, and I'm not okay with it." This boundary isn't about avoiding confrontation, it's about choosing when and if you engage. By pausing and staying silent, you leave room for the other person to reflect on their actions. Often, this silence is more effective than any verbal response, as it allows the person to feel the weight of their behavior without you needing to point it out. Even the way you hold your hands can convey boundaries. Open, relaxed hands show that you're calm and in control, while clenched fists or hands on your hips can signal a readiness to defend your space. Keeping your hands relaxed by your sides sends a message of steady confidence, showing that you're not on edge, but that you're prepared to hold your ground if needed. This subtle cue shows others that you're neither intimidated nor inviting negativity, that you're standing strong in a balanced and self-assured way. Your gaze is another powerful non-verbal boundary tool. Looking directly at someone when they speak, especially when they're being disrespectful, shows that you're fully present, unafraid, and unwilling to look away. A steady gaze says, "I see you and I'm not intimidated." It shows that you're not backing down, that their words or actions aren't causing you to retreat. Maintaining eye contact in these moments can make others rethink their behavior as they realize you're not affected or frightened by their attempt to belittle or intimidate you. Using minimal responses is another way to set boundaries non-verbally. When faced with someone who tries to provoke you, responding with short, concise words like "okay," "I see," or "noted" shows that you're not interested in engaging deeply with their disrespect. It's a way of keeping the interaction brief and on your terms, showing that you're not invested in their negativity. This type of response tells others that their attempts to disrupt your peace won't succeed, that you're maintaining your emotional boundaries regardless of their behavior. The position of your body in relation to others can also establish boundaries. Standing at a slight angle instead of directly facing someone can communicate that you're present but not fully open to their energy. This small shift in body position can create a subtle barrier, indicating that you're not completely available to engage in negativity. It's a quiet, respectful way of holding your ground without closing yourself off completely. Even your tone of voice can serve as a non-verbal boundary. Speaking calmly and steadily, without letting your voice rise or fall with emotion, shows that you're in control of yourself. This type of tone communicates self-assurance and an unwillingness to be drawn into unnecessary conflict. When you speak with calm authority, others sense that you're not easily swayed, that your boundaries are solid. A steady tone of voice reinforces your commitment to maintaining peace and respect, no matter what energy others bring into the conversation. Nonverbal cues like these create an environment around you that discourages disrespect and protects your sense of self. They allow you to set boundaries without confrontation, to protect your peace without needing to explain or defend yourself. When you master these silent signals, you're not just setting boundaries for others, you're affirming them within yourself. You're teaching yourself to respect your own space, to value your own peace, and to hold your head high in any situation. These boundaries are an expression of self-respect, a quiet but powerful way of showing that you're grounded in who you are. By using non-verbal cues to communicate your limits, you create a natural distance between yourself and negativity, preserving your energy for the things and people that truly matter. Building boundaries through silence and non-verbal cues shows others where you stand, but sometimes a single steady look can communicate even more powerfully. The silent stare is an ancient tool, one that doesn't need words, but holds the weight of unspoken authority. When used with intention, the silent stare can unsettle, make others question their behavior, and demand respect. It's about holding your gaze with a calm, unflinching presence, making the other person feel the impact of their actions without any need for dialogue. The silent stare creates a potent pause, one that often speaks louder than any comeback ever could. This isn't about intimidating or trying to create discomfort purely for effect. It's about using the silent power of your gaze to let someone know that their behavior is unacceptable. By holding eye contact with unwavering calmness, you create a moment that commands respect. The power of this technique lies in its simplicity. It's not about anger or confrontation, but about firmly establishing your presence in a way that others can't ignore. The silent stare is especially effective in situations where words might only escalate tension. When someone makes a disrespectful comment or attempts to undermine you, your natural reaction may be to respond or defend yourself. But with the silent stare, you're choosing a different path. Instead of giving them the satisfaction of a verbal exchange, you maintain control over the moment with your gaze alone. Holding your stare conveys a sense of self-assurance that says, "I see what you're doing, and I'm unaffected." This steady gaze can feel unsettling to the other person, not because it's aggressive, but because it's steady, unreactive, and deeply self-assured. Holding a silent stare is an art that requires practice and intention. The key is to keep your expression neutral, neither confrontational nor passive. A calm, focused look says that you're fully present, that you're choosing to engage without words. This kind of gaze can subtly shift the power dynamics, making the other person more aware of their actions. They may feel compelled to look away or even reconsider their behavior, realizing that you're not someone who can be easily influenced or provoked. The silent stare can also help you stay grounded in moments where emotions run high. By focusing your attention on maintaining a steady gaze, you're directing your energy inward, grounding yourself in the present rather than being swayed by whatever disrespect is being directed at you. This form of internal focus helps to prevent an emotional reaction, giving you the space to remain calm and composed. It allows you to maintain control over yourself, showing the other person that you're unaffected by their attempts to disrupt your peace. The effectiveness of the silent stare lies in its ability to create a kind of social discomfort, a pause that makes people aware of the impact of their words or actions. This isn't about making someone feel bad for the sake of it. It's about giving them a moment to reflect. When someone is met with a calm, steady gaze, they're forced to confront their own behavior. The pause created by the silent stare often leads them to question why they behaved that way in the first place. It's a moment of silent accountability, one that words can rarely achieve. In professional environments, the silent stare can be particularly impactful. When a colleague or superior speaks dismissively or tries to undermine you, a steady gaze can serve as a quiet statement of self-respect. By holding eye contact without reacting, you're demonstrating a calm confidence that doesn't need validation. This kind of presence often commands respect, as it shows that you're unshaken by attempts to belittle you. The silent stare becomes a tool to assert your place, to remind others that their behavior doesn't diminish your worth. This technique is also useful in situations where someone tries to make you feel small through subtle, passive-aggressive comments. By responding with a silent stare, you're showing them that you notice their behavior, that you're fully aware of their intent, and that it has no effect on you. The calmness of your gaze sends a message: I see you, and I'm not threatened. It's a reminder that your self-worth is not defined by their words, and that you're capable of facing their negativity without losing your composure. The silent stare isn't about prolonged, uncomfortable eye contact. It's about brief moments of unwavering presence. A few seconds of calm, direct eye contact can often be enough to shift the energy of the interaction. You're not trying to dominate or intimidate. Rather, you're holding your ground with quiet strength. This presence alone can be enough to create respect, as it shows that you're not easily influenced or drawn into petty dynamics. The other person is left with a clear sense that their behavior won't affect you, that you're above the need to engage with disrespect. The silent stare can also be a form of self-respect, a way of acknowledging that you don't need to justify yourself to anyone who tries to undermine you. When someone questions your choices or criticizes you, holding their gaze without reaction shows that you don't need to explain or defend your decisions. It's a statement that you're confident in your path, that their judgment doesn't hold weight in your life. This form of silent confidence can often be more powerful than any explanation or defense, as it shows a deep trust in yourself and a refusal to seek validation from others. There's a depth to the silent stare that goes beyond what meets the eye. It's a way of setting a boundary, of saying, "This is where I stand, and nothing you say will change that." It creates a sense of emotional distance, a reminder that you're rooted in your own values and that you're not easily shaken by external judgments. The silent stare tells others that their words don't have the power to define you, that you're secure in who you are regardless of their opinion. This inner strength radiates outward, creating a presence that commands respect without needing to demand it. The silent stare can also serve as a powerful form of self-discipline. In moments where disrespect might tempt you to react impulsively, choosing to hold a steady gaze helps you maintain control. This choice is a reminder that you're not governed by others' actions. You're in charge of your responses. This discipline reinforces your sense of self-respect, as you're choosing to protect your peace rather than reacting out of anger or frustration. The silent stare becomes a practice in patience, in self-mastery, allowing you to remain centered even when faced with negativity. The beauty of the silent stare is that it doesn't just affect others, it also strengthens you. Each time you choose this silent response, you're building your own resilience. You're teaching yourself that you don't need to react to every slight, that you're capable of holding your ground with dignity. This quiet strength grows over time, becoming a part of who you are. It teaches you that respect doesn't always need to be demanded. Sometimes it's earned through the calm power of your presence. A silent stare, when used with intention and respect, becomes a tool for navigating difficult interactions. It's a way of reminding both yourself and others of your boundaries, of your worth, and of your commitment to self-respect. Each time you choose this path, you're cultivating an inner strength that doesn't need the approval or validation of others. You're building a foundation of self-respect that can weather any storm, that can stand firm even in the face of disrespect. In a world where quick comebacks and reactive responses are common, the silent stare stands out as a form of quiet authority. It's a reminder that true power doesn't always need to shout or argue. Sometimes it's found in the ability to remain calm and unshaken. This strength becomes a part of you, a reminder that your self-worth is not dependent on anyone else's words or actions. The silent stare is a powerful tool, one that communicates respect, resilience, and an unbreakable sense of self. When facing disrespect, each response you choose shapes how others view you, and more importantly, how you view yourself. So far, you've explored silence and the power of a steady, calm gaze. Now, let's take it a step further. Sometimes, respect is earned not just through what you do or say, but by the way you carry yourself. Holding your head high, with strong posture and steady eye contact, is a declaration of self-worth. It's a way of saying, without a word, that you value yourself enough to stay composed and unwavering in your own presence. This simple act can change how others treat you, often setting the tone for interactions that demand respect. Good posture does more than just look confident. It communicates to others that you're unafraid, steady, and clear about your value. Standing tall with your shoulders back sends a message that you're present, alert, and aware of yourself and your surroundings. This posture creates a kind of silent authority, one that shows others you're not easily moved or intimidated. It's a way of affirming to yourself that no matter what negativity might come your way, you're grounded in your own self-worth. And others notice. They can feel the subtle but unmistakable energy that radiates from someone who stands tall with a quiet, calm confidence. Eye contact, too, is a powerful tool when facing disrespect. Meeting someone's gaze with calm assurance shows that you're unbothered and fully present in the moment. It's a way of saying, "I see you and I'm here." By holding steady eye contact, you communicate that you're not intimidated, that you have nothing to hide, and that you're secure in yourself. This unbroken gaze can make others think twice about how they approach you, as it conveys a sense of inner strength that doesn't need to be explained. When people see you holding your head high and meeting their eyes without flinching, they understand that disrespect won't move you or define you. Maintaining this kind of presence is about more than just looking confident. It's about feeling it from within. When you hold your head high and stand tall, you're not only projecting confidence outward, you're also building it internally. This posture reinforces a sense of self-respect that grows stronger each time you choose it. Even in challenging moments, this habit of standing tall becomes a way of grounding yourself, a reminder that you're more than anyone else's opinion. It's a practice that strengthens over time, becoming part of who you are and how you handle the world around you. The simple act of lifting your chin and keeping your head high can deflect negative energy. This posture shields you from others' attempts to make you feel small. When you stand with pride and assurance, it's harder for others to push you into doubt or insecurity. People sense that you're unshakable, that their words or actions won't knock you off balance. This strength makes it clear that you respect yourself too much to let disrespect change how you carry yourself. Holding your head high shows others that your self-worth is firmly in place, unaffected by any negativity directed your way. Your physical presence, when aligned with confidence, has a ripple effect on those around you. People instinctively respond to the way you hold yourself, often mirroring the respect you show yourself. By standing tall, you're setting a standard for how you expect to be treated. This doesn't mean demanding respect outwardly. Rather, it's about creating an environment where disrespect simply feels out of place. Your posture communicates that you're grounded, that you're not easily thrown off course, and that you hold yourself to a high standard. Others, sensing this energy, are often inspired to treat you with the respect you naturally exude. A confident posture also serves as a reminder that you don't need validation from anyone else. When you hold your head high, you're saying to yourself that your worth isn't dependent on others' approval or recognition. This posture is a physical expression of self-assurance, a way of affirming that you know who you are and what you bring to the table. It reinforces the idea that you don't need to seek permission or approval to feel valuable. Standing tall becomes a practice in self-acceptance, in knowing that you're enough exactly as you are. When you stand with confidence, others often view you as someone who has clear boundaries and won't be easily swayed. This clarity creates a natural form of respect that doesn't need to be asserted verbally. Instead, it's felt in the way you carry yourself, in the steadiness of your posture, and in the calm assurance of your gaze. People are more likely to approach you with caution and consideration, understanding that your presence alone sets a standard for interaction. This quiet confidence draws a line without confrontation, establishing a boundary that others respect simply because it's there. Holding your head high also creates an internal sense of resilience. Each time you choose to stand tall in the face of disrespect, you're reinforcing your inner strength. This isn't about ignoring how others make you feel. It's about choosing to remain steady in spite of it. The act of standing tall becomes a way of grounding yourself, of staying connected to your own sense of worth, no matter the circumstances. It's a reminder that no one else has the power to define you, that you hold that power entirely within yourself. Good posture and steady eye contact don't just influence others, they change how you see yourself. Each time you choose to hold your head high, you're affirming your own value. You're reminding yourself that you deserve respect, not just from others, but from yourself as well. This habit of standing tall becomes a source of self-respect, a way of showing up for yourself even when others fail to do so. Over time, this practice strengthens your inner confidence, making it easier to face any situation with calm assurance. When faced with disrespect, your posture and gaze become tools for showing strength without aggression. Standing tall with a calm, focused expression sends a message that you're not here to fight, but you're also not here to yield. It's a stance of peaceful strength, one that says you're grounded in your own worth and don't need to react to every slight. This approach disarms others as they realize that their attempts to provoke you fall short. It shows that you're not easily moved by negativity, that your peace is more valuable than any temporary satisfaction from a reactive comeback. Holding your head high isn't just about looking confident, it's about becoming confident. Each time you choose this posture, you're cultivating a deeper connection to your own value. You're reinforcing the belief that you're deserving of respect, that you're capable of holding your ground in any situation. This inner belief grows stronger with practice, becoming a part of who you are. The act of standing tall, of holding steady eye contact, transforms from a physical stance into a mindset, one that empowers you to face life's challenges with dignity and grace. When you project confidence through your posture, you're also setting an example for others. People notice when someone carries themselves with self-assurance, and it often inspires them to do the same. By holding your head high, you're not only setting a standard for how you wish to be treated, you're also encouraging others to respect themselves. This ripple effect creates an environment of mutual respect, one where people feel encouraged to bring their best selves forward. Your confidence becomes a quiet invitation for others to meet you at the same level of respect. The simple act of standing tall, of keeping your head high and shoulders back, becomes a source of strength in moments of doubt or challenge. It reminds you that regardless of how others behave, you have control over how you carry yourself. This autonomy is empowering. It gives you the freedom to choose dignity over defensiveness, calm over confrontation. By choosing to hold your head high, you're choosing to live from a place of self-respect, To let your own sense of worth guide your actions rather than the opinions or judgments of others. Holding your head high and meeting others with a steady gaze doesn't require arrogance or a need to prove yourself. It's a simple, quiet statement of self-worth, one that doesn't need validation or explanation. This approach to confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being fully present, fully grounded in who you are. By practicing this posture of calm assurance, you're creating a habit of self-respect that strengthens you from within, empowering you to handle disrespect with poise and peace. In moments of tension or disrespect, your posture and gaze become tools that help you maintain your dignity. They serve as a reminder that your self-worth isn't tied to others' opinions or actions. By standing tall, by holding your head high, you're affirming your own value, choosing to meet each moment with a calm confidence that reflects your inner strength. This choice becomes a form of self-care, a way of honoring yourself and preserving your peace. It's a habit that, over time, becomes a natural response, allowing you to face any situation with grace and resilience. Each time you hold your head high, you're making a choice to respect yourself, to stand firm in your own presence, and to let that quiet confidence speak for itself. It's a practice that not only influences others, but also strengthens your own sense of self. This is the kind of confidence that lasts, the kind that grows from within and radiates outward, creating a presence that commands respect simply by being. Standing tall and holding your head high speaks volumes, but sometimes the best way to maintain your dignity and peace is to create distance. While projecting confidence and respect is powerful, there are times when even the strongest self-assurance won't change the energy of certain individuals. Some people simply drain positivity, constantly criticize, or create tension that disrupts your sense of calm. In these moments, choosing to step back is an act of self-respect and self-preservation. It's not about giving up on people or avoiding challenges, but about protecting your own well-being from those who repeatedly pull you down. Keeping your distance from negative influences can be a vital step toward building a life where you feel uplifted, supported, and at peace. Creating distance is a powerful way to reclaim your energy. Negative people often bring a sense of heaviness into interactions, leaving you feeling depleted or questioning yourself. By choosing to step back, you're taking control of how much influence they have over your emotional and mental state. This space allows you to refocus on your own priorities, your own peace, and the people who genuinely uplift you. When you give yourself this space, you're showing that you value your inner calm too much to let it be overshadowed by someone else's negativity. Sometimes, keeping your distance is about recognizing patterns. If someone repeatedly disrespects you or brings negativity into your life, it's a signal that their behavior is unlikely to change. Rather than constantly hoping for different results or feeling disappointed, creating space allows you to step back with clarity. This distance helps you see the situation for what it is, allowing you to accept the reality of the person's behavior without allowing it to disrupt your peace. This clarity provides relief, freeing you from the cycle of frustration that often comes from unmet expectations. There's a kind of freedom that comes with choosing not to engage with negative influences. By keeping your distance, you're not cutting ties out of anger or resentment, but out of a sense of self-respect. You're showing yourself that you don't need to constantly engage or prove yourself to those who bring conflict into your life. This choice creates a boundary that protects your energy, allowing you to focus on building positive relationships that bring value to your life. Distance helps you to stay grounded in your own sense of self, uninfluenced by the emotional turbulence that others might bring. Creating space from negativity doesn't always mean complete separation. Sometimes it's about limiting your exposure to certain individuals. This might mean reducing the frequency of your interactions or choosing when and where you see them. By setting these limits, you're taking control of the situation without resorting to extremes. You're acknowledging that while some people may be part of your life, they don't need to have full access to your time and energy. This balance helps you maintain your own peace without feeling that you have to cut people off entirely. Distance can also be an act of compassion, both for yourself and for the other person. When someone consistently brings negativity, distancing yourself can prevent resentment from building up. Instead of feeling frustrated or burdened, you're choosing a path that allows you to stay centered and calm. This space may even give the other person a chance to reflect on their behavior, though that isn't the main goal. The primary aim is to preserve your own well-being, creating an environment where you can thrive without the constant pull of someone else's negativity. Maintaining distance also gives you perspective. When you're too close to someone's negativity, it can become difficult to see the impact it has on you. But stepping back provides a clearer view, allowing you to recognize just how much their energy was affecting you. This perspective can be transformative, helping you understand the difference between relationships that drain you and those that uplift you. With this understanding, you're better equipped to choose connections that align with your values and your sense of peace. Creating space doesn't require a dramatic confrontation. Often, it's a quiet, internal decision to limit the influence that certain people have on your life. By adjusting your boundaries in subtle ways, like spending less time with them, avoiding topics that lead to conflict, or choosing when to engage, you're making a powerful choice for your well-being. This quiet approach helps you maintain your peace without needing to explain or justify your decision. You're choosing what's best for you in a way that feels calm and controlled. In many ways, keeping your distance is an act of trust in yourself. You're trusting that you know what's best for your emotional health, that you have the right to protect your peace. It's a reminder that you don't need to justify this choice to anyone, not even to yourself. The decision to create space is a reflection of your own awareness, your ability to prioritize your well-being over the need to please others. This kind of self-trust is empowering, reinforcing your sense of self-respect each time you choose to uphold your boundaries. There's a beauty in learning that you don't have to endure negativity to prove your strength. Creating space is a way of showing yourself that your energy is precious and that not everyone deserves access to it. This understanding allows you to approach life with a renewed sense of freedom, knowing that you have the power to decide who is part of your inner circle. Distance is a form of self-respect, a choice to prioritize your mental and emotional health over anyone else's opinions or judgments. Choosing distance also opens up space for positivity. When you let go of relationships or situations that drain you, you make room for new connections, new experiences, and new energies that align with your values. This space invites people into your life who appreciate you, respect your boundaries, and bring out the best in you. It's a way of setting the stage for relationships that uplift and inspire you, rather than those that hold you back. This shift creates a more fulfilling environment, one where you can truly be yourself without feeling weighed down by negativity. Keeping your distance from negative influences teaches you that self-care isn't just about relaxation or indulgence. It's about making choices that protect your peace. It's about understanding that true self-care sometimes means choosing yourself over relationships that harm you. This isn't selfish, it's essential. By creating this space, you're giving yourself the freedom to focus on what truly matters, to prioritize the things and people that bring you joy and fulfillment. It's a commitment to living a life that reflects your values and respects your well-being. The choice to create distance also sends a message to others about what you will and won't tolerate. When people see that you're willing to protect your peace, they often come to respect your boundaries. They understand that your time and energy aren't freely given to anyone who seeks to disrupt your calm. This quiet assertiveness doesn't require words or explanations. It's communicated through your actions, your choice to step back when needed. This approach often inspires others to treat you with the respect and consideration that you naturally extend to yourself. Distancing yourself from negativity can also help you reconnect with your own inner peace. When you're constantly surrounded by negativity, it can be easy to lose touch with your sense of calm. But creating space gives you the freedom to rediscover your own thoughts, your own emotions, and your own sense of joy. It's a return to your true self, free from the influence of those who seek to bring you down. This reconnection strengthens your relationship with yourself, reminding you of the strength and resilience that already exists within you. Over time, the habit of creating distance from negativity becomes a natural part of your life. It becomes easier to recognize when someone's energy doesn't align with yours and to choose space without hesitation. This practice builds your confidence, allowing you to navigate relationships with clarity and self-assurance. You become someone who values peace over approval, who prioritizes self-respect over social obligations. This inner strength becomes a foundation that supports you in every interaction, allowing you to move through life with a sense of calm and purpose. Keeping your distance from toxic influences also cultivates a deep sense of self-respect. You're showing yourself that you're worthy of a peaceful, fulfilling life, that you have the right to surround yourself with positivity. This choice reinforces your belief in your own value, helping you understand that you don't need to settle for relationships that drain you. This self-respect becomes a guiding force, helping you make decisions that align with your highest good, even when it means letting go of familiar but unhealthy connections. The decision to create space is not a sign of weakness. It's a demonstration of wisdom and inner strength. You're acknowledging that your peace is too important to compromise, that you deserve relationships that nurture and uplift you. By choosing distance, you're stepping into a life that prioritizes your own well-being, one that honors your need for positivity and calm. This choice empowers you to live authentically, to surround yourself with people and experiences that reflect the respect you have for yourself. Ultimately, keeping your distance from negative influences allows you to build a life rooted in respect, peace, and self-assurance. It's a practice that strengthens your inner calm, reinforces your boundaries, and reminds you of your own worth. This distance is a gift you give to yourself, a choice that honors your right to live a life free from unnecessary negativity. By embracing this practice, you're creating a life where your energy is protected, your peace is prioritized, and your well-being is held in the highest regard. Creating distance from negative influences protects your peace, yet even the best boundaries can be tested. In these moments, when tension rises and emotions threaten to take over, the true strength lies in embracing the pause. The pause is not simply a moment of hesitation, it's a deliberate choice, a brief breath that allows you to gather yourself and respond with clarity and dignity. Pausing before responding is an art, a powerful way to reclaim control over how you react, even in challenging situations. This pause opens the door to a calm response rather than an emotional reaction, giving you the chance to choose wisdom over impulse. The pause is a gift you give to yourself, a space that allows you to step back from the situation and see it from a different perspective. Instead of letting your emotions drive your response, you're giving yourself time to breathe, to think, and to consider your options. This pause helps you stay in control, protecting you from impulsive reactions that may not reflect your true intentions. By choosing to pause, you're allowing yourself to respond with intention, choosing your words and actions in a way that aligns with your values and self-respect. This approach brings a sense of dignity to your response, even when others may expect or provoke a more dramatic reaction. Embracing the pause also empowers you to reclaim your peace in moments of tension. When faced with disrespect or provocation, there's often a surge of emotion that can cloud your judgment. The pause gives you a chance to release that initial emotional surge, allowing the intensity to fade before you respond. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings. It's about honoring them without letting them take control. The pause helps you process the situation with a clear mind, ensuring that your response is measured, calm, and centered. This kind of response not only protects your own peace, but also sets a tone of respect in the interaction. Pausing before responding also shows others that you're not easily influenced or provoked. In a world where quick reactive responses are the norm, the ability to pause stands out as a sign of inner strength. It signals that you have the self-control to remain calm, even when faced with negativity or disrespect. This kind of presence often shifts the dynamics of the interaction, as the other person may begin to reflect on their behavior. Your calm response becomes a mirror, showing them that their attempts to provoke you have not succeeded. The pause becomes a form of quiet authority, one that speaks of your confidence and composure. The art of pausing before responding also reinforces your own sense of self-respect. By choosing to take a moment, you're valuing your own response enough to make it thoughtful rather than impulsive. This choice reflects a deep sense of self-worth, as it shows that you care enough about your own peace to respond with clarity and dignity. The pause becomes a way of prioritizing your own well-being, a way of showing yourself that you don't need to rush into responses that may not reflect your true self. This practice builds a foundation of self-respect that strengthens with each interaction, reinforcing your commitment to handle challenges with grace. The pause also gives you time to consider the impact of your words and actions. When emotions run high, it's easy to say things that may be hurtful or regrettable. The pause acts as a filter, allowing you to assess whether your response is constructive or reactive. This space helps you choose words that contribute to understanding rather than conflict, ensuring that your response reflects your values. By taking this moment, you're showing that you respect both yourself and the other person enough to respond thoughtfully, even in moments of tension. This kind of response often fosters mutual respect, as it creates an atmosphere where calmness and understanding are valued over impulsivity. Choosing to pause before responding also cultivates patience. In a world that often encourages instant reactions, the pause becomes a practice in patience and self-discipline. It teaches you to resist the urge to react immediately, to trust that a thoughtful response will always be more effective than a rushed one. This patience carries over into other areas of your life, helping you approach challenges with a calm, steady mindset. By embracing the pause, you're building a habit of patience that enriches your interactions and strengthens your sense of inner peace. The pause also allows you to reconnect with your true intentions. When you're provoked or challenged, it's easy to lose sight of your values in the heat of the moment. But by taking a moment to pause, you're giving yourself the opportunity to realign with what matters most to you. This pause helps you remember that your goal is to respond with respect, to handle the situation with dignity, and to stay true to your principles. It's a moment of grounding, a chance to return to your center before you respond. This alignment helps you move forward with confidence, knowing that your response reflects your best self. Embracing the pause can also create a ripple effect in your relationships. When others see you responding calmly, even in difficult moments, they're often inspired to do the same. Your calm presence can have a calming effect on others, creating an environment where thoughtful responses are valued over impulsive reactions. This approach can deepen your connections, as people are more likely to feel understood and respected when they see that you're willing to take the time to respond thoughtfully. The pause becomes a way of building mutual respect, creating a foundation of understanding that strengthens your relationships. The practice of pausing also teaches you resilience. In moments of tension, the pause allows you to absorb the situation without being overwhelmed by it. You're giving yourself the space to process your emotions, to let the initial intensity pass without letting it dictate your response. This resilience builds your emotional strength, helping you remain calm even in challenging interactions. The pause becomes a reminder that you have the power to choose your response, that you're not at the mercy of external pressures or emotions. This resilience grows with each pause, reinforcing your ability to handle life's challenges with calm assurance. The pause is also a form of self-care. By choosing to pause, you're protecting your own energy, ensuring that you're not draining yourself with reactive responses. This pause gives you a moment to breathe, to release any tension, and to center yourself before you respond. It's a way of honoring your own need for calm, a way of caring for your emotional well-being. This self-care strengthens your resilience, as it helps you approach challenges from a place of inner peace rather than stress or frustration. The pause becomes a habit that supports your overall well-being, allowing you to handle interactions with a calm, balanced mind. Over time, embracing the pause becomes a natural part of your interactions. It becomes easier to recognize moments when a pause is needed, allowing you to respond with increasing calmness and clarity. This habit builds your confidence as you begin to trust in your ability to handle challenges with poise. The pause becomes a source of strength, a way of reinforcing your commitment to self-respect and dignity in every interaction. This confidence enriches your life, helping you face challenges with a sense of calm assurance that grows stronger with each pause. The pause also allows you to break the cycle of reactive interactions. When someone disrespects you, they may be expecting a reaction, hoping to provoke you. But by choosing to pause, you're breaking this cycle, refusing to engage in negativity. This choice disrupts the pattern, creating a moment of calm where drama might otherwise have escalated. The pause gives you control over the interaction, allowing you to steer it toward a more respectful, constructive exchange. This approach often diffuses tension, as the other person realizes that their attempts to provoke you have not succeeded. By embracing the pause, you're also giving yourself the freedom to respond in a way that feels authentic to you. Reactive responses are often fueled by others' expectations or judgments, but the pause allows you to choose a response that aligns with your own values. This freedom strengthens your sense of self, as it reinforces the idea that you're not defined by others' actions or opinions. The pause becomes a reminder that you have the power to choose how you respond, that your actions are guided by your own inner compass rather than external pressures. Embracing the pause can also deepen your self-awareness. Each time you choose to pause, you're tuning into your own emotions, learning more about what triggers you and why. This awareness helps you understand yourself more deeply, giving you insight into your own patterns and reactions. This self-knowledge strengthens your ability to handle difficult interactions with calmness, as you're better equipped to recognize and manage your own emotions. The pause becomes a tool for self-discovery, helping you grow into a more self-aware, resilient version of yourself. Ultimately, the pause is a form of empowerment. By choosing to pause, you're reclaiming your control over how you respond to life's challenges. You're showing yourself that you have the power to choose dignity over drama, calm over chaos, and self-respect over impulse. This choice strengthens you from within, building a foundation of resilience that can weather any storm. The pause becomes a source of peace, a reminder that you're capable of handling life's challenges with grace and wisdom. And each time you choose to pause, you're reinforcing your commitment to living with integrity, honoring your own well-being above all else. After embracing the pause and finding calm in how you respond, there's an even greater freedom awaiting, letting go of the need to explain yourself. Often, we feel compelled to justify our choices, to offer explanations that others may not even deserve or respect. But what if you chose instead to move forward confidently, trusting in your decisions without feeling the need to defend them to others? Breaking this habit of over-explaining isn't about withholding information. It's about recognizing your right to live authentically, valuing your own judgment, and prioritizing your peace over others' opinions. When you stop explaining yourself to people who don't respect you, you reclaim a powerful sense of freedom and self-worth. Justifying your choices can be exhausting, especially when faced with people who question or judge without genuinely caring. When you allow yourself to stop explaining, you're telling yourself that your choices are valid regardless of anyone else's approval or understanding. By releasing this need, you begin to build a foundation of self-trust, one that empowers you to make decisions based on your own values and intuition. This approach is about freeing yourself from the need to constantly seek validation, from allowing others' opinions to dictate your path. Each time you choose not to explain, you're affirming that you're the one in charge of your life. Letting go of explanations is not about being rude or dismissive. It's about recognizing when a conversation is unnecessary. If someone doesn't respect your choices, their judgment likely won't change even with an explanation. In these situations, explaining yourself only drains your energy and opens the door for more scrutiny. Instead, by choosing silence, you maintain your peace and your dignity. This choice to withhold explanations is a way of setting a boundary, a reminder to yourself and others that your decisions are made with confidence and don't require external validation. It's an empowering stance that reflects your self-respect and commitment to your own path. Learning not to explain yourself also builds a deeper sense of self-trust. When you stop seeking others' approval, you start to trust your own intuition and judgment more fully. This inner trust becomes a guiding force, allowing you to make choices that align with your true self. By letting go of the need to justify, you're giving yourself permission to make decisions that feel right to you, without the pressure of needing everyone to agree. This trust in yourself is invaluable, as it frees you to live authentically, grounded in your own beliefs rather than others' opinions. When you release the habit of explaining, you also free yourself from others' control. People who consistently question your choices may try to influence you by making you doubt yourself, but by refusing to engage in explanations, you're asserting your independence, showing that your decisions are yours alone. This choice allows you to take ownership of your life, to shape it according to your own vision. By stopping explanations, you're no longer giving others the power to sway or undermine you. Instead, you're standing firm in your autonomy, confident in the direction you've chosen. Choosing not to explain yourself also encourages others to respect your boundaries. When people realize that you won't justify your every move, they often come to understand that your decisions are not up for debate. This quiet strength communicates that you're secure in your choices, that you don't need permission or approval to follow your own path. This approach sets a tone of respect in your relationships, as others learn to accept that your life choices are yours to make. By establishing this boundary, you're fostering a sense of mutual respect that enhances your interactions with those who genuinely value you. Each time you choose not to explain, you're reinforcing your own self-worth. You're telling yourself that you don't need to prove your value or defend your choices to anyone. This choice builds a quiet confidence, a sense of assurance that grows each time you stand by your decisions without explanation. This self-worth becomes a source of strength, helping you navigate life's challenges with a calm, unshakable sense of purpose. By valuing yourself enough to stop justifying, you're showing that your own approval is enough, that you don't need anyone else's validation to feel secure in your path. Choosing not to explain yourself also allows you to move forward without the weight of others' opinions. Explaining can sometimes lead to criticism or unsolicited advice, which can cloud your own judgment. By keeping your decisions to yourself, you're preserving the clarity of your vision, protecting your goals from unnecessary distractions. This clarity is essential as it helps you stay focused on what truly matters to you. Each time you choose not to explain, you're prioritizing your peace, allowing yourself to move forward without the burden of others' expectations. Letting go of explanations also fosters a sense of freedom. When you're not constantly explaining, you're free to make decisions quickly and confidently without feeling the need to consult others. This freedom gives you space to explore new opportunities, to take risks that align with your vision. By trusting in your own judgment, you're embracing the freedom to live life on your own terms. This sense of liberation is deeply fulfilling, as it allows you to follow your own path without being held back by others' doubts or judgments. When you choose not to explain yourself, you're also strengthening your emotional resilience. Explaining your decisions can sometimes lead to unnecessary emotional strain, especially if others react negatively. By choosing silence, you're protecting yourself from this emotional toll, preserving your energy for what truly matters. This resilience builds over time, helping you stay centered and grounded in your choices. The more you practice this, the stronger your sense of self becomes, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with a calm, steady confidence. The habit of not explaining yourself also encourages others to see you as someone who is self-assured and decisive. People are often drawn to those who are confident in their own path, and by choosing not to explain, you're cultivating this image. This quiet strength often inspires others, as it shows that you're capable of standing by your choices without wavering. It's a form of leadership that requires no words, only the calm assurance that comes from trusting yourself fully. This presence commands respect, as others see that you're unwavering in your commitment to your own life. Letting go of explanations also simplifies your life. When you're not constantly justifying yourself, you have more time and energy to focus on what truly matters. This simplicity brings a sense of peace, as you're no longer caught up in the endless cycle of seeking approval. You're free to pursue your goals, to invest in relationships that bring value, and to live with a sense of purpose that isn't tied to anyone else's opinion. This simplicity enhances your quality of life, allowing you to find fulfillment in the things that truly align with your values. When you choose not to explain yourself, you're making a powerful statement about your priorities. You're showing that your peace and self-respect are more important than anyone else's understanding. This choice reflects a deep commitment to living authentically, to honoring your own needs and desires without compromise. It's a reminder that you're allowed to put yourself first, to prioritize your well-being over the opinions of others. This commitment to yourself is a form of self-care, one that strengthens you from within and empowers you to live life on your own terms. By not explaining yourself, you're also allowing others to form their own perceptions without your influence. This choice reflects a quiet confidence, an understanding that you don't need to control how others view you. This level of detachment allows you to move through life with a sense of freedom, unburdened by the need to shape others' opinions. This independence is liberating, as it frees you to live authentically, trusting that your actions speak for themselves. By letting go of explanations, you're embracing a life where you're guided by your own values, not by the desire to please others. Ultimately, when you stop explaining yourself, you're choosing to live with intention. You're making a commitment to follow your own path, to honor your own decisions without the need for approval. This choice is empowering as it allows you to embrace a life that reflects your true self. Each time you choose not to explain, you're reinforcing your commitment to live authentically, to trust in your own judgment, and to prioritize your own peace. This approach enriches your life, helping you build a foundation of self-respect that can withstand any challenge. When you let go of the need to explain yourself, you discover a quieter strength, a deep-rooted confidence that doesn't rely on endless words. From here, you're ready to take it a step further by mastering the art of saying less and meaning more. The words you choose, and just as importantly, the ones you leave out, shape how others perceive you and determine the boundaries you establish. Speaking less isn't about silence, it's about intentionality. Every word carries weight, and by choosing them wisely, you communicate powerfully without the need for excess. This skill transforms interactions, helping you express boundaries and values clearly, and it enhances the respect others have for you. When you choose your words wisely, each sentence becomes deliberate, shaped by purpose rather than habit. It allows you to communicate with clarity, avoiding the misunderstandings that often arise from over-explanation or rambling. By saying only what's essential, you remove any ambiguity, making your intentions clear and preventing others from interpreting your words in ways that don't align with your true meaning. This clarity fosters respect, as people begin to see you as someone who values their own time and knows what they stand for. When each word counts, people listen more attentively, recognizing that your words are meaningful. Choosing words carefully also creates a sense of calm within you. Rather than feeling the pressure to fill every silence or provide unnecessary details, you can rest in the knowledge that your words are enough. This calmness reflects in your interactions, showing that you're grounded and self-assured. This presence has a profound effect, as it creates a steady, composed energy that others find reassuring. By letting go of the need to fill space with words, you give yourself permission to speak only when you truly have something to say, fostering an environment of thoughtful communication. A significant benefit of saying less is that it allows you to hold on to your boundaries. When you limit your words, you're less likely to divulge personal details or make concessions that may compromise your boundaries. By keeping responses brief, you maintain control over how much others know about your thoughts or intentions. This brevity serves as a protective measure, ensuring that only the essentials are shared and that your personal space is respected. People often respect those who communicate with restraint, as it shows a level of self-respect and wisdom in understanding that not everything needs to be said. There's a unique power in the pause that follows a short response. When you say less, you create space for the other person to reflect, allowing the weight of your words to settle. This pause often speaks volumes, as it shows that you don't feel compelled to justify or elaborate further. In a world where many feel the need to fill every silence, your choice to pause creates an impression of strength and self-control. This quiet confidence often disarms others, showing them that you're fully in command of your own space and not reliant on their validation or approval. Keeping your words brief doesn't mean being cold or distant. Rather, it's about setting an intentional tone in your interactions. When you speak with purpose, others often feel that they're engaging with someone who has respect for both themselves and the conversation. This sense of purpose becomes evident in your tone, in the calmness of your voice, and in the sincerity of each word you choose. People are more likely to respect your boundaries when they see that you're clear and intentional in your communication. Your presence is felt strongly in these interactions, as each word adds to the sense of steadiness you bring. Choosing your words wisely also helps you focus on what truly matters. By stripping away unnecessary details, you direct attention to the core of the message, ensuring that what you say has impact. This focus creates a sense of clarity, both for you and for those you communicate with. People are more likely to engage meaningfully when they understand exactly what you mean. This focus also minimizes the risk of misinterpretation, as your message is clear, concise, and leaves little room for confusion. Each word holds meaning, creating a communication style that is both efficient and respectful of others' time and attention. Using fewer words also gives others space to respond thoughtfully. When you say less, you create an invitation for the other person to engage more deeply, to share their own perspective without feeling overwhelmed. This approach fosters a more balanced exchange, as the conversation becomes a shared experience rather than a one-sided monologue. By leaving space for others to contribute, you create an environment where mutual respect and understanding are encouraged. People often feel valued when they're given room to speak, and this balanced approach strengthens the connection between you. Mastering the art of saying less also encourages introspection. When you limit your words, you're more mindful of what you're actually saying and why. This awareness helps you connect with your own intentions to ensure that each word reflects your values and beliefs. By being intentional in your communication, you're cultivating a habit of self-reflection that extends beyond conversations. This introspection becomes a guiding force in your life, helping you approach decisions and relationships with clarity and purpose. The choice to speak mindfully creates a strong foundation of self-awareness, enriching your interactions and strengthening your sense of self. Speaking briefly and intentionally also helps you develop patience. In situations where emotions run high, the impulse may be to respond quickly and defensively. But by choosing your words with care, you're practicing patience, giving yourself time to consider the impact of your response. This patience reflects a sense of maturity and self-control, as you're showing that you're not ruled by immediate reactions. This approach teaches you to remain calm in challenging moments, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This patience becomes a strength, helping you navigate difficult interactions with composure and grace. Saying less can also disarm those who try to provoke you. When faced with disrespect or aggression, your choice to respond briefly can often catch others off guard. They may expect a defensive or emotional reaction, but your calm, concise response leaves them with little to push against. This approach often diffuses tension, as it shows that you're unaffected by their attempts to unsettle you. By keeping your words brief, you're sending a message that their behavior doesn't warrant further engagement. This strength creates a boundary that others respect, as they realize that you won't be drawn into unnecessary conflict. Choosing your words wisely also reinforces your own boundaries. Each time you limit your response, you're affirming to yourself that your energy and time are valuable. This practice builds your confidence, as it shows that you're capable of setting limits without fear of judgment. By choosing not to over-explain or justify, you're creating a boundary that protects your peace and well-being. This choice becomes a source of empowerment, reminding you that you have the right to prioritize your own needs and that you don't owe anyone more than you're willing to give. Using fewer words also encourages others to respect your decisions. When people see that you're firm and direct in your communication, they're more likely to accept your choices without further questioning. This approach fosters a sense of mutual respect, as others understand that you're clear about your own values and limits. By keeping your words focused, you're showing that your decisions are well considered and not open for debate. This clarity reinforces your boundaries, helping others see that your choices are rooted in a strong sense of self-respect. Saying less also encourages others to think more deeply about your words. When you're brief and intentional, People often pay closer attention, recognizing that each word holds significance. This thoughtful communication style creates a lasting impression as people remember the clarity and purpose in your words. This approach helps you communicate effectively as your message is not lost in excess or filler. Each interaction becomes an opportunity to express your values with precision, creating a style of communication that resonates long after the conversation ends. Choosing words wisely also cultivates resilience. When you say less, you're less likely to be swayed by others' opinions or reactions. This resilience grows from within, as you're building a foundation of self-assurance that doesn't require constant approval or agreement. By trusting that your words are enough, you're strengthening your ability to stand firm in your choices, even when others may disagree. This resilience empowers you to stay true to your path, to navigate life with a calm sense of confidence that isn't easily shaken. The practice of speaking briefly also enhances your self-discipline. Each time you choose to say only what's necessary, you're practicing restraint, showing that you have control over your words and actions. This discipline becomes a habit, helping you approach all areas of life with a sense of focus and intention. By embracing this restraint, you're creating a life that reflects your values, one that isn't cluttered by unnecessary words or actions. This self-discipline enriches your life, helping you stay aligned with your goals and aspirations. Ultimately, choosing your words wisely allows you to live with integrity. Each word becomes a reflection of your values, a way of showing up authentically in every interaction. This choice brings a sense of peace, as you're no longer weighed down by the need to explain or justify. Instead, you're free to communicate with clarity and purpose, to let your actions and words speak for themselves. This approach enriches your life, creating a foundation of respect and authenticity that empowers you to move forward with confidence, knowing that your words are enough. Having mastered the art of choosing your words wisely, you have learned that restraint and intention can speak louder than any elaborate explanation. Now, there is a deeper level of control to embrace. Staying unmoved, practicing emotional detachment, even in the face of those who seek to disrupt your peace. Detachment is not about shutting down or becoming cold. It's about holding your center, keeping a steady internal ground, no matter what emotional storm may come from others. Emotional detachment grants you the strength to handle rude or manipulative behavior without letting it penetrate your peace, allowing you to respond from a place of calm, clarity, and unshakable self-respect. Emotional detachment is the skill of observing without absorbing. When someone is disrespectful or attempting to provoke, they are often hoping for a reaction, something that shows they've managed to get under your skin. But by choosing not to react, by letting their words or actions flow past you without attaching meaning or emotion, you're protecting your peace. This practice creates a kind of invisible armor, a shield that allows you to stay engaged in the situation without becoming affected by it. It's not about ignoring or being dismissive. It's about choosing to rise above, to refuse to give away your emotional energy to those who don't respect it. One of the most effective techniques for staying unmoved is learning to control your breathing. In moments of tension, the breath is often the first thing to become shallow or irregular. By consciously slowing your breath, you're sending a signal to your nervous system that you are calm and in control. This act grounds you in the present, bringing your focus inward rather than letting it scatter toward the negativity around you. Breathing deeply and steadily helps you maintain clarity, making it easier to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting emotionally. This practice becomes a powerful tool, helping you remain centered even in challenging interactions. Another key to emotional detachment is the ability to observe without personalizing. When someone is rude or manipulative, It can feel instinctual to take their behavior personally, to feel as though it's a direct attack on your worth or character. But by detaching from this instinct, by recognizing that their behavior is a reflection of them rather than you, you protect your own sense of self-worth. This perspective shift allows you to remain calm and unbothered, understanding that their actions do not define or diminish you. This detachment gives you a sense of freedom, a reminder that others' negativity doesn't have to become part of your experience. Setting clear mental boundaries is another technique that supports emotional detachment. These boundaries are internal, unseen by others, but deeply felt within. When you establish these boundaries, you're choosing what you allow to affect you and what you let go of. This boundary is not about closing yourself off from others. It's about choosing to stay rooted in your own truth and values. With these mental boundaries, you can engage in conversations or situations without feeling pulled into others' emotional turmoil. This approach enables you to interact with others from a place of strength, knowing that their words or actions will not sway your inner peace. Practicing mindfulness can also deepen your ability to stay emotionally detached. Mindfulness is the art of being fully present, observing each moment without judgment or attachment. When someone attempts to provoke you, mindfulness allows you to notice the impulse to react without acting on it. This awareness creates space between their behavior and your response, giving you the freedom to choose calmness over confrontation. By practicing mindfulness, you're cultivating a state of being where you're fully aware, yet unattached, able to observe the situation without being drawn into it. This presence strengthens your resilience, helping you stay grounded in even the most challenging interactions. Emotional detachment also involves letting go of the need for approval or validation from others. When you no longer rely on others to affirm your choices or validate your worth, their attempts to manipulate or control have less power over you. This detachment from others' opinions is liberating, as it frees you from the emotional weight of trying to please everyone. Instead, you're able to stay true to your own path, confident in your own decisions and values. This inner confidence becomes a shield, protecting you from the fluctuations of others' moods or judgments. By letting go of the need for approval, you're able to move through life with greater peace and autonomy. Staying unmoved also requires the ability to release expectations. When we hold on to expectations of how others should behave, we set ourselves up for disappointment and frustration. By releasing these expectations, you're freeing yourself from the emotional impact of others' actions. You're allowing yourself to accept people as they are, rather than becoming emotionally invested in trying to change them. This acceptance creates a sense of inner calm, as you're no longer tied to outcomes that are beyond your control. This freedom helps you stay centered, as you're choosing to let go of the need for others to behave in a certain way in order for you to feel at peace. Visualization can also be a powerful tool in practicing emotional detachment. When you anticipate a challenging interaction, visualize yourself as calm and unaffected, holding on to your inner peace regardless of what may unfold. This mental rehearsal prepares you to respond with strength and clarity, reinforcing the idea that you're capable of staying grounded no matter the circumstances. This visualization becomes a source of strength, a reminder that you have the power to choose your response. By visualizing yourself as calm and centered, you're training your mind to embody this state in real interactions, making it easier to stay detached when it truly matters. Choosing emotional detachment also strengthens your resilience. By practicing this skill, you're building the ability to handle life's challenges without being overwhelmed by them. This resilience becomes a foundation that supports you in all areas of life, as you're able to face difficulties with a calm and steady presence. Each time you choose detachment, you're reinforcing your own inner strength, building a habit of calmness that grows stronger with each experience. This resilience is invaluable as it helps you navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of peace and confidence that isn't easily shaken. Another technique for staying unmoved is to focus on what you can control. When dealing with rude or manipulative people, it's easy to become frustrated by their behavior. But by shifting your focus to your own actions, to how you choose to respond, you're taking back your power. This focus on your own behavior reminds you that you're not responsible for others' actions, only for your own. This shift helps you stay calm, as you're no longer tied to the frustration of trying to change what's beyond your control. By choosing to focus on your own choices, you're reinforcing your own sense of agency and self-respect. Emotional detachment also brings a sense of freedom from drama. When you choose not to engage emotionally, you're stepping out of the cycle of conflict and tension. This choice brings a kind of liberation, as you're no longer drawn into the emotional ups and downs of others. This freedom allows you to live with greater peace, as you're able to maintain your own balance regardless of others' behavior. This detachment doesn't mean avoiding people. It means engaging in a way that honors your peace above all else. This commitment to your own well-being creates a life that is grounded, peaceful, and aligned with your values. Practicing emotional detachment also encourages self-compassion. When you choose to stay unmoved, you're showing yourself kindness by not allowing others to disrupt your peace. This choice is a form of self-care, as it protects your emotional well-being from unnecessary stress or negativity. This self-compassion grows each time you choose detachment, helping you build a relationship with yourself that is based on respect and care. This approach enriches your life as you're creating a foundation of inner strength and self-respect that supports you in every interaction. Ultimately, staying unmoved in the face of rudeness or manipulation is about reclaiming your power. It's about choosing to protect your peace, to stay grounded in your own values and self-respect. Each time you practice emotional detachment, you're reinforcing your own strength, building a foundation of resilience and calm that empowers you to handle any situation with grace. This detachment is not a withdrawal from life. It's a commitment to live authentically, to honor your own well-being above all else. This approach enriches your life, creating a path of peace, purpose, and unshakable confidence in your own ability to stay calm, no matter what. Emotional detachment allows you to stay grounded, unaffected by the negativity around you, yet there's another layer of protection that empowers you to rise above any attempts at disrespect: confidence. Confidence acts as an invisible shield, deflecting negativity before it can even touch you. This self-assurance becomes an unspoken barrier, signaling to others that their attempts to undermine you will fall flat. When you stand rooted in true confidence, disrespectful comments lose their power. This kind of confidence is not about arrogance, it's about deeply knowing your worth, so much so that others' opinions don't sway you. Cultivating this unshakable sense of self brings a profound strength that is both liberating and empowering. Confidence shields you from disrespect by creating a foundation that can't be easily shaken. When you have self-assurance, you recognize that others' attempts to put you down are not a reflection of your worth, but of their own insecurities. This understanding helps you remain calm and centered, knowing that your value doesn't waver in response to external comments. Confidence becomes your internal compass, guiding you away from doubt and reminding you that no one's opinion can diminish your inherent worth. This quiet strength helps you walk through life unaffected by the opinions of those who may not truly see or appreciate you. True confidence is rooted in self-knowledge. When you deeply understand who you are, your values, and your strengths, you build a resilience that can't be easily dismantled by others' words or actions. This self-awareness acts as a grounding force, helping you stay connected to your own truth, even in the face of criticism. Confidence doesn't require you to prove yourself to anyone. Rather, it allows you to carry yourself with a calm assurance, a knowing that your worth is intact, regardless of others' judgments. This clarity protects you, creating a barrier that repels negativity, allowing you to stay steady and focused on what truly matters. Cultivating confidence also encourages a shift in perspective. Instead of focusing on how others perceive you, confidence teaches you to prioritize how you see yourself. This inner focus reduces the power of others' comments, as you're no longer seeking validation from external sources. By grounding yourself in self-acceptance, you're building a defense against disrespect, creating a shield that lets negativity roll off without leaving a mark. This shift in perspective is freeing, as it gives you permission to live authentically, unburdened by the need for approval. Confidence thus becomes a tool of liberation, allowing you to move through life with a sense of peace and self-trust. The way you carry yourself communicates volumes, often more than words. Confidence shows up in your posture, in the way you hold your head high and meet others' eyes with calm assurance. This presence often discourages disrespect before it even begins, as people sense that you won't be easily swayed or affected. By embodying confidence, you're sending a silent message that you respect yourself and expect the same from others. This presence creates a natural boundary, one that establishes respect without needing to be asserted. People often respond to this quiet strength with their own respect, understanding that attempts to belittle or undermine you won't succeed. Confidence also brings a sense of calmness that shields you from reactive responses. When someone tries to provoke you, your confidence allows you to choose a calm, measured response rather than reacting defensively. This choice reflects a sense of inner stability, a knowing that you don't need to lower yourself to meet disrespect with more negativity. By remaining calm, you're showing that your confidence is unshakable, that no external comment can pull you out of your own peace. This calm approach disarms others, as they see that their attempts to provoke you have fallen flat. Confidence becomes a quiet, steady strength that diffuses negativity without engaging in it. Another way confidence repels disrespect is by reinforcing your boundaries. When you're confident, you're clear about what you will and won't tolerate. This clarity makes it easier to recognize when someone is crossing a line and to address it without hesitation. Confidence gives you the courage to assert your boundaries calmly, showing others that you expect to be treated with respect. This boundary setting doesn't need to be aggressive. It's a gentle but firm reminder that you value yourself and won't entertain disrespect. This stance often discourages further attempts at disrespect, as people see that you're not easily intimidated or swayed. Confidence also allows you to let go of the need for perfection. When you're secure in who you are, you're less likely to feel affected by others' criticisms or judgments. You understand that you're a work in progress, and that's perfectly okay. This acceptance of imperfection frees you from the fear of being judged, as you're no longer tied to an unrealistic standard. By embracing yourself fully, flaws and all, you're creating a kind of self-compassion that protects you from others' opinions. This confidence in your own journey makes you resilient, helping you handle disrespect with grace and patience. True confidence also fosters independence. When you're self-assured, you're not dependent on others to validate your choices or affirm your worth. This independence makes it easier to brush off disrespect, as you're not emotionally reliant on others' approval. Confidence gives you the freedom to live authentically, to make choices that align with your own values without needing to explain or justify them. This autonomy protects you from the opinions of those who may not have your best interests at heart, allowing you to stay focused on your own path. By cultivating this independence, you're building a shield that deflects negativity and keeps you centered in your own truth. Confidence also helps you develop resilience in the face of criticism. Instead of letting others' words shake your foundation, confidence allows you to view criticism objectively. You're able to discern whether feedback is constructive or simply intended to bring you down. This discernment is empowering, as it helps you decide what to take in and what to let go of. Confidence allows you to remain steady, understanding that others' judgments don't define you. This resilience becomes a source of strength, helping you face challenges with a calm assurance that repels disrespect and affirms your self-worth. By cultivating confidence, you also strengthen your ability to trust yourself. Self-trust is a powerful defense against negativity, as it gives you a strong foundation from which to respond to life's challenges. When you trust your own judgment, you're less likely to be swayed by others' opinions or criticisms. This trust creates a shield that repels disrespect, as you're able to stand firm in your own truth, regardless of others' attempts to undermine you. By developing this self-trust, you're building a relationship with yourself that is rooted in respect and self-assurance, a relationship that no amount of negativity can shake. Confidence also brings a sense of contentment that discourages others from trying to bring you down. When people see that you're genuinely at peace with yourself, they're less likely to attempt to undermine your confidence. This inner contentment is powerful, as it shows others that you're unaffected by external drama or negativity. Confidence creates an aura of calm that makes it clear you're not interested in engaging in petty conflicts or responding to disrespect. This contentment becomes a quiet strength, a signal to others that you're secure enough in yourself to remain unmoved by their attempts to unsettle you. Self-assurance also enables you to respond to disrespect with kindness or neutrality rather than hostility. Confidence allows you to rise above negativity, to respond with dignity even when others may not extend the same courtesy. This choice reflects a strength that doesn't need to prove itself through aggression or retaliation. By choosing kindness or neutrality, you're showing that your confidence is steady, that you're unaffected by others' attempts to provoke you. This response often surprises others, as it shows that their disrespect has had no effect on you. Confidence in this way becomes a shield that turns negativity into an opportunity for grace. Ultimately, confidence as a shield is about understanding that your worth is not up for debate. When you're confident, you recognize that no one's opinion can add to or detract from your value. This understanding protects you from disrespect, as you're no longer affected by others' judgments or attempts to bring you down. Confidence gives you the freedom to be yourself without apology, to walk through life with a quiet strength that speaks louder than any words. By cultivating this self-assurance, you're building a foundation of respect and resilience that empowers you to handle any situation with dignity and grace. Confidence acts as a powerful shield, protecting you from overt negativity, yet disrespect doesn't always arrive in obvious forms. Some people choose subtlety, cloaking their negativity in humor, sarcasm, or harmless jokes. Recognizing these signs of disguised disrespect can be challenging but essential. This kind of behavior, hidden beneath a thin veil of humor or irony, can chip away at your peace and self-respect if it goes unchecked. Being able to spot manipulation when it's wrapped in jokes or sarcasm helps you uphold your boundaries and respond in ways that reinforce your self-worth without falling into the trap of reacting emotionally. Here, we'll explore ways to identify these subtle signs and address them with calm strength, ensuring that your dignity remains intact. Disguised disrespect often appears in social settings where the stakes are low, but the impact can be high. A sarcastic comment may be passed off as a joke, but it's frequently aimed at making you feel small or questioning your choices. It might come from someone who masks their critique with humor, saying things like, "Oh, you're really going to do that?" followed by a laugh. In these moments, it's important to notice not just the words, but the tone. Disrespect in disguise is often betrayed by an underlying sharpness or a smirk that gives away the true intent. Recognizing these subtle cues allows you to take a mental step back, observing the behavior without letting it penetrate your sense of self-worth. Another common tactic in disguised disrespect is veiled criticism, comments that appear constructive on the surface but carry a hidden judgment. Phrases like, "You're so brave to wear that," or "It's nice to see someone not afraid to speak their mind, even if it's controversial," may seem supportive, but often contain an edge of judgment. This kind of manipulation seeks to make you second-guess yourself. Instead of allowing these words to undermine your confidence, acknowledging the tactic helps you remain detached. Understanding that the comment may be more about the other person's insecurities than your choices provides clarity, allowing you to maintain your confidence without needing to engage or justify yourself. Sometimes, disguised disrespect appears in the form of mock praise. Comments like, "Oh, aren't you just the genius?" or "We all know you always do everything right," are meant to be sarcastic and dismissive. They might sound like compliments, but the tone reveals a different message, an attempt to make you feel insecure or question your achievements. Recognizing these moments for what they are helps you stay grounded. Instead of reacting defensively or attempting to prove yourself, letting such remarks slide without acknowledgement sends a clear message that you're not affected by their intended sting. This silent response often shifts the dynamic as the person realizes their subtle jab has not succeeded. Sometimes people use humor as a cover for criticism, using jokes as a way to test boundaries or express hidden negativity. Remarks like, "Oh, I'm just joking, don't be so sensitive," can be particularly manipulative as they shift the blame onto you for reacting. This tactic, often referred to as gaslighting, makes you question your own perception, subtly undermining your feelings and responses. Recognizing this behavior allows you to hold your ground without second-guessing yourself. By calmly acknowledging the remark without defensiveness, you maintain your dignity, showing that you're not willing to dismiss your feelings for the sake of someone else's joke. Deflection is another tactic often used to disguise disrespect. A person might say something offensive and, when called out, respond with, "Oh, you know I didn't mean it like that," or "You're just reading too much into it." This redirection puts the responsibility back on you, suggesting that you're overreacting. Recognizing this tactic empowers you to respond without falling into their narrative. A simple acknowledgement like, "I'm simply addressing how it came across," can subtly assert your boundaries. This calm response makes it clear that you're aware of their attempt to shift blame without giving them the satisfaction of an emotional reaction. Mocking or sarcasm aimed at your values or interests can be another form of subtle disrespect. Comments like, "You really believe in that stuff?" or "Oh, we all know you're into your little hobbies," are often intended to minimize what's important to you. When faced with such disguised jabs, it's essential to hold your ground internally. Recognizing that they may not understand or respect your interests doesn't lessen their value. By choosing not to engage in a debate or defend your values, you're reinforcing that your interests need no external validation. This quiet confidence often speaks louder than words, subtly affirming that you're unbothered by their lack of understanding or respect. Subtle manipulation also often includes a shifting of roles, where the person suddenly plays the victim if confronted. Phrases like, "I can't believe you took it that way," or "Wow, I didn't think you'd be so sensitive," attempt to make you feel guilty for addressing their behavior. Recognizing this tactic helps you remain calm and detached, choosing to respond in a way that doesn't give in to their attempt to control the narrative. By saying something like, "I'm simply stating how it came across to me," you maintain your perspective without allowing them to dictate your feelings. In some cases, subtle disrespect may be used to test how far boundaries can be pushed. A person might start with a joke or minor sarcastic comment, watching to see how you react. If left unaddressed, these small jabs may increase, evolving into a pattern of disrespect. Recognizing this testing phase early on helps you establish boundaries before it becomes a habit. Responding with calm, brief statements like, "I prefer not to engage in that kind of humor," clearly communicates your boundaries without escalating the situation. This approach shows that you're observant and willing to maintain your respect, subtly discouraging further attempts at pushing limits. Being aware of body language is another key to recognizing disguised disrespect. Often the words may be masked as humor, but the non-verbal cues, such as smirking, raised eyebrows, or a mocking tone, give away the true intention. By paying attention to these subtle cues, you're able to gauge the authenticity of the comment. If the person's body language doesn't align with their words, it's likely that there's an underlying disrespect. Recognizing these signs allows you to respond with clarity and calmness, showing that you're aware of the true intention without needing to call it out explicitly. This awareness alone often diffuses the situation, as it shows that you're perceptive and not easily misled. Another tactic of subtle manipulation is to belittle your achievements or downplay your efforts with statements that seem supportive but are actually dismissive. Comments like, "Well, anyone could have done that," or "I guess that's pretty good for someone like you," are designed to minimize your accomplishments. Recognizing this disguised disrespect enables you to remain proud of your achievements without needing others' validation. By internally affirming your own success, you detach from the need for approval, showing that you value your own efforts regardless of others' opinions. This quiet confidence speaks volumes, as it demonstrates that you're not affected by their attempts to diminish your worth. Disguised disrespect can also appear in the form of comparisons meant to make you feel inferior. Statements like, "Well, so-and-so handled it much better," or "Not everyone would have done it that way," are subtle ways of implying that you don't measure up. Recognizing this tactic allows you to stay focused on your own strengths and values, understanding that others' achievements or methods do not detract from your own. By not engaging in the comparison, you're reinforcing your self-worth, showing that you're confident in your own path and not easily swayed by others' attempts to create doubt. Subtle disrespect can sometimes take the form of unsolicited advice, often disguised as helpful suggestions. Statements like, "If I were you, I'd do it this way," or "You might want to rethink that approach," may seem supportive on the surface, but often carry an underlying judgment. Recognizing this as manipulation allows you to respond gracefully without feeling pressured to follow their advice. By simply acknowledging their suggestion without committing to it, you're maintaining your autonomy and showing that you're capable of making your own decisions. This approach reinforces your self-confidence, subtly communicating that while you're open to feedback, you trust your own judgment above all. Understanding these forms of disguised disrespect enables you to protect your peace and maintain your boundaries with grace. By recognizing the subtleties of manipulation, you're able to respond from a place of calm confidence, making it clear that you're not easily swayed by others' attempts to undermine you. This skill allows you to navigate interactions with clarity, ensuring that your respect for yourself remains intact even in challenging situations. Confidence, awareness, and a calm response are your tools, helping you address disrespect without giving it any power. Recognizing subtle manipulation can provide clarity and control over interactions, yet true peace requires even more, a commitment to protect your energy. Your mental and emotional well-being is among your most valuable assets, and engaging with people who drain it can wear you down in ways you might not notice immediately. Limiting your time with those who don't respect you is not just a defensive act, but a deliberate choice to prioritize your own growth, joy, and tranquility. This intentional boundary allows you to invest your energy in positive, constructive areas of life, making it possible to nurture the relationships, activities, and goals that align with your values. Safeguarding your energy is an act of self-respect, ensuring that you're free to live fully without unnecessary drains on your mental or emotional reserves. Choosing to limit engagement with those who do not support or respect you allows you to preserve your inner balance. When you consistently expose yourself to people who dismiss or challenge your boundaries, they subtly chip away at your sense of self. Limiting your time around them keeps you in touch with your inner peace, strengthening your confidence and clarity. This choice empowers you to stay grounded as you're no longer in constant defensive mode. By selectively giving your energy only to those who uplift and respect you, you're choosing a life that reflects your true worth, free from the disruptions caused by negativity. Protecting your energy also fosters mental clarity. When you reduce exposure to individuals who drain you emotionally, you clear up space for your mind to focus on what truly matters. This clarity helps you make decisions that align with your values, free from the influence of those who may have ulterior motives or seek to pull you down. This mental space is essential for personal growth, as it allows you to think deeply, reflect on your priorities, and pursue your goals without interference. By prioritizing your mental clarity, you're nurturing a focused mindset that enables you to move forward with purpose. Your energy is finite, and protecting it helps you use it wisely. Each interaction requires a certain level of emotional investment, and repeatedly engaging with people who drain you depletes this resource. By limiting interactions with those who bring negativity, you're preserving your energy for the pursuits, relationships, and experiences that enrich your life. This conservation of energy helps you engage more deeply with those who truly value you, creating a cycle of positive exchange that is mutually beneficial. Protecting your energy allows you to give fully to what truly matters, cultivating a life that reflects your values and aspirations. Limiting your engagement with disrespectful people also promotes emotional resilience. When you're not constantly defending yourself or justifying your choices, you become more resilient, better able to face challenges without feeling emotionally drained. This resilience becomes a foundation that supports you through life's ups and downs, as you're no longer vulnerable to the emotional turbulence that disrespectful people bring. This strength grows each time you choose to limit your engagement, reinforcing your ability to maintain peace and stability regardless of external negativity. By cultivating resilience, you're building an emotional shield that allows you to handle life's challenges with calm confidence. Setting limits on your interactions with others also sends a powerful message about self-respect. When you protect your energy, you're affirming that your time and emotional well-being are valuable. This boundary creates a sense of self-worth that doesn't rely on others' validation. Instead, you're showing yourself that you're worthy of a life filled with respect, positivity, and genuine connection. This self-respect becomes a source of inner strength, one that empowers you to make choices that honor your needs and priorities. By valuing your own energy, you're cultivating a mindset that attracts relationships and experiences that align with your sense of self-worth. Protecting your energy also encourages positive personal growth. When you limit time spent with those who disrespect you, you're creating room to nurture relationships that inspire and support your growth. This selective engagement allows you to invest in connections that challenge you to be your best self, rather than holding you back. By surrounding yourself with people who respect your boundaries, you're fostering an environment that supports your personal development. This choice enriches your life, as you're no longer weighed down by negativity, but instead lifted by relationships that encourage you to thrive. This practice of protecting your energy also improves your ability to set boundaries effectively. Each time you limit engagement with those who drain you, you're reinforcing your own boundaries, creating a life that respects your emotional and mental well-being. This habit strengthens your confidence in setting and maintaining boundaries, making it easier to recognize and address any future attempts to disrespect your limits. By practicing this boundary setting regularly, you're building a life that reflects your own values and needs, free from the control of those who may not respect your boundaries. Limiting time with negative influences also fosters a sense of inner peace. When you choose to remove yourself from environments where you feel drained or disrespected, you're creating a space of calm and tranquility within yourself. This peace allows you to engage with life from a place of stability and assurance, free from the emotional turmoil that negativity can bring. This inner calm enhances your overall well-being, allowing you to navigate life with a sense of ease and purpose. By choosing peace over constant engagement, you're aligning your life with a higher sense of fulfillment. When you protect your energy by limiting engagement with certain people, you're also building self-trust. Each time you make the choice to prioritize your well-being, you're reinforcing the idea that you can rely on yourself to make decisions that honor your needs. This self-trust becomes a foundation of confidence, empowering you to navigate life without constantly seeking approval or validation from others. By trusting yourself to protect your own energy, you're creating a life that reflects your values, one that is guided by your own inner compass rather than external pressures. Protecting your energy also allows you to stay focused on your goals and aspirations. When you're not expending emotional energy on draining relationships, you have more capacity to pursue what truly matters to you. This focus enhances your productivity as you're able to invest fully in your work, passions, and personal growth. By limiting distractions and negativity, you're cultivating a mindset that is focused, intentional, and aligned with your highest goals. This dedication to your own growth is deeply fulfilling, as it allows you to create a life that is meaningful and rewarding. Another benefit of protecting your energy is the increased quality of your relationships. By choosing to spend time with those who respect and uplift you, you're fostering connections that are positive and enriching. These relationships become a source of support and inspiration, helping you grow and thrive. When you limit time with those who drain you, you're able to give more to the relationships that truly matter, creating a cycle of mutual respect and positive energy. This choice enhances your life as it fills your interactions with joy and meaning. This approach also teaches you to value your own happiness above others' expectations. When you prioritize your well-being, you're acknowledging that your happiness is a priority, not something that should be sacrificed for others' comfort or approval. This choice empowers you to make decisions that align with your own values, free from the need to please everyone around you. By valuing your own happiness, you're creating a life that reflects your true self, one that is free from the constraints of others' opinions. Choosing to protect your energy also encourages self-compassion. When you limit engagement with those who don't respect you, you're practicing kindness toward yourself, recognizing that your well-being is worth safeguarding. This self-compassion strengthens your relationship with yourself, creating a foundation of respect and care that enhances your overall well-being. By showing yourself compassion, you're creating a life that is rooted in self-respect and kindness, one that honors your own needs and values. Ultimately, Protecting your energy by limiting engagement with disrespectful people is an act of empowerment. It's a choice to prioritize your well-being, to value your own time, and to create a life that aligns with your values. This empowerment gives you the freedom to live authentically, guided by your own sense of worth, rather than external validation. By choosing to protect your energy, you're creating a foundation of peace, resilience, and self-respect that enriches every area of your life. This choice allows you to live fully, free from the weight of negativity, empowered by a life that reflects your truest self. Prioritizing your energy and setting limits around negativity opens up space for something even more profound, a deep-rooted sense of self-respect. This respect for yourself forms the very foundation of how others see and treat you. When you hold yourself in high regard, it becomes a natural filter, one that draws in those who appreciate you and deters those who would disrespect you. Building inner strength to set a higher standard for yourself isn't merely about demanding respect from others. It's about embodying the qualities you wish to see reflected back at you. Respect, as it turns out, truly begins within, shaping your interactions and setting the tone for the relationships you allow into your life. Self-respect starts with knowing your worth. This isn't about inflating your ego or seeking external validation. It's about recognizing your inherent value. When you understand your worth, it naturally translates into a sense of dignity that others can sense. You're not chasing approval, nor are you willing to compromise on your values to fit in. This understanding of your worth acts as a silent standard, a signal that you value yourself enough not to settle for anything less than respect. People notice this, and in turn, it draws in those who respect your boundaries and appreciate your character. The path to inner strength and self-respect also involves holding yourself accountable. Self-respect doesn't mean excusing yourself from growth or improvement. It means being honest with yourself, acknowledging areas where you can do better, and committing to that growth. Accountability keeps you grounded, as it reminds you that respect is something that must be nurtured from within. By being honest with yourself, you're reinforcing your own sense of integrity, showing yourself that you're committed to being your best self. This level of accountability strengthens your self-respect, as it aligns you with a personal standard that doesn't waver with external opinions. Self-respect also requires setting clear personal boundaries. When you respect yourself, you know what you will and will not tolerate, and you're not afraid to communicate these boundaries when necessary. These limits are not about shutting others out. They're about honoring your own well-being. By maintaining these boundaries, you're teaching others how to treat you, showing them that respect is a non-negotiable part of your life. This boundary setting is a powerful expression of self-respect, as it demonstrates that you value yourself enough to protect your peace. This clarity sets a higher standard in your relationships, naturally attracting those who respect your limits. Building inner strength to set a higher standard also involves practicing self-compassion. Self-respect doesn't mean being harsh or critical toward yourself. It means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would extend to others. Self-compassion helps you maintain a balanced view of yourself, acknowledging both your strengths and areas for growth without judgment. This approach fosters a sense of inner peace, as you're no longer driven by the need for perfection. Instead, you're choosing to respect yourself in every state, knowing that you're worthy of respect and kindness even as you continue to grow. Another aspect of self-respect is embracing your unique values and beliefs. When you're clear about what matters to you, you're less likely to be swayed by others' opinions or pressures. This clarity gives you a strong foundation, a sense of purpose that guides your actions and decisions. By staying true to your values, you're setting a higher standard for your life, one that is not defined by others, but by your own principles. This commitment to your values creates a life that is deeply fulfilling, as it reflects your true self rather than a version shaped by others' expectations. Respecting yourself also means taking responsibility for your actions. When you're willing to own your choices, both the successes and the setbacks, you're demonstrating a level of maturity that commands respect. This responsibility shows that you're not placing blame on others or seeking excuses. Instead, you're choosing to learn from every experience. This accountability builds inner strength as it reinforces your commitment to growth. By taking responsibility, you're setting a standard of integrity, one that attracts others who appreciate and respect your honesty. This approach fosters genuine connections, as people are drawn to those who are willing to stand by their words and actions. Self-respect also involves prioritizing your well-being, both physically and emotionally. When you care for yourself, you're showing yourself that you're worthy of love and respect. This commitment to self-care doesn't just enhance your own quality of life, it sets a higher standard for those around you. When people see that you prioritize your health and happiness, they're more likely to respect you and support your choices. This prioritization becomes a powerful statement, one that says you value yourself enough to take care of your needs without apology. This self-respect radiates outward, creating an environment where others feel encouraged to treat you with the same level of care and consideration. Developing self-respect also includes cultivating a sense of inner confidence. Confidence doesn't mean that you're always certain or fearless. It means trusting in your ability to navigate life's challenges. This trust in yourself creates a foundation of resilience, a belief that you can handle whatever comes your way. When you're confident, others sense it, and they're more likely to treat you with respect. This confidence becomes a natural boundary, one that discourages disrespect before it even begins. By building this inner strength, you're creating a life that reflects your own standards, free from the need to prove yourself to others. Self-respect also requires a commitment to self-improvement. When you respect yourself, you're willing to invest in your growth, to learn from experiences, and continuously seek to better yourself. This dedication to growth creates a sense of fulfillment, as you're actively working to become the best version of yourself. By embracing this journey of self-improvement, you're setting a higher standard for your life, one that reflects your commitment to living fully and authentically. This approach naturally attracts others who value growth and integrity, creating relationships that are rooted in mutual respect. Another element of self-respect is cultivating gratitude. When you appreciate your own journey, your strengths, and even your struggles, you're building a relationship with yourself that is based on acceptance and positivity. Gratitude helps you see your own value, reminding you that every experience has shaped you into who you are today. This appreciation fosters a sense of inner peace, as you're no longer seeking validation from others, but finding fulfillment within yourself. This gratitude creates a standard of positivity, one that draws in others who also value and appreciate life. By cultivating gratitude, you're setting a tone of respect that resonates through every area of your life. Respecting yourself also means standing up for yourself when necessary. Self-respect isn't about staying silent in the face of disrespect. It's about knowing when to assert your boundaries calmly and firmly. This self-advocacy shows that you value your own voice, that you're willing to protect your peace without hesitation. By standing up for yourself, you're setting a higher standard, one that teaches others that disrespect will not be tolerated. This approach doesn't require aggression. It's a calm assertion of your worth, a reminder that you deserve to be treated with dignity. This strength of character naturally attracts those who respect and support your boundaries. Building self-respect also involves letting go of the need to please others. When you respect yourself, You're no longer willing to compromise your values or happiness to gain others' approval. This independence allows you to live authentically, guided by your own principles rather than others' expectations. By letting go of people-pleasing, you're setting a standard of self-acceptance, showing that you're comfortable with who you are. This freedom from external validation creates a life that is deeply fulfilling, as it reflects your true self without compromise. This authenticity draws in people who appreciate and respect you for who you are. Self-respect requires patience, both with yourself and others. Building inner strength is a journey, one that requires understanding and forgiveness along the way. This patience shows that you're committed to growing without harsh self-criticism, allowing yourself the grace to learn and improve. This kindness towards yourself creates a foundation of self-respect, as you're no longer rushing to meet others' standards, but setting your own pace. This patience fosters a sense of inner peace, as you're choosing to honor your own journey, free from the pressure to be perfect. Respecting yourself also means celebrating your achievements, big and small. When you acknowledge your accomplishments, you're affirming your own worth, recognizing the effort and dedication you've invested in your journey. This celebration reinforces your sense of self-worth, creating a foundation of confidence that doesn't rely on others' approval. By celebrating your progress, you're setting a higher standard for yourself, one that reflects pride in your own path. This self-appreciation is contagious, inspiring others to respect and celebrate you as well. Ultimately, self-respect is about aligning your actions with your values. When you live in harmony with your beliefs, you're creating a life that is true to who you are. This alignment creates a sense of fulfillment and peace, as you're no longer pulled in different directions by others' expectations. By honoring your own path, you're setting a higher standard, one that attracts people who respect and appreciate your authenticity. This alignment becomes a guiding force, helping you navigate life with confidence, integrity, and joy. Building this inner strength is a journey, one that empowers you to live fully, free from the weight of others' opinions, guided by a deep respect for yourself and the life you're creating. When you build a strong foundation of self-respect, rooted in inner alignment and integrity, you create a life that values growth, boundaries, and peace. But some connections can still test your inner calm, especially when you need to emotionally detach from someone who no longer serves your well-being. Here, the ancient wisdom of Stoicism offers profound tools. Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius taught powerful techniques for handling emotional attachments, providing ways to cultivate resilience and clarity. By applying these principles, you can learn to release what is not meant for you, protect your peace, and ultimately move forward with dignity. One Stoic rule for detachment is understanding the dichotomy of control, a central idea in Stoic philosophy. This rule reminds you to focus on what you can control, your own thoughts, actions, and responses, while releasing attachment to what lies beyond your influence. When dealing with challenging emotions around a person, whether due to disappointment, hurt, or loss, recognizing what you can and cannot control is liberating. It brings clarity to the situation, helping you realize that while you can't change others or the past, you do have the power to shape your own mindset. This shift frees you from endless cycles of blame or regret and empowers you to redirect your energy toward your own growth and healing. Another Stoic rule involves practicing acceptance. Acceptance in Stoicism doesn't mean resignation or passivity. Rather, it's about embracing reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. By fully accepting the situation and the person as they are, without wishing they were different, you free yourself from the weight of unmet expectations. This acceptance helps you let go of idealizations or imagined outcomes, allowing you to see the situation clearly and act from a place of wisdom. Acceptance brings a profound sense of peace, as you're no longer wrestling with a reality that doesn't align with your hopes or assumptions. In this state of calm, you're better equipped to make decisions that honor your well-being and inner balance. A third Stoic rule is cultivating self-discipline, especially over emotional reactions. Detachment requires a level of self-control that doesn't deny your feelings, but rather manages them wisely. Instead of reacting impulsively or getting caught up in heightened emotions, self-discipline encourages you to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully. By practicing restraint, you avoid allowing temporary emotions to dictate your actions or pull you back into cycles of attachment or frustration. This self-discipline builds resilience, as it teaches you that true strength lies in your ability to maintain composure, even in emotionally charged situations. Each time you exercise this restraint, you reinforce your inner strength, making it easier to navigate challenging interactions with clarity and grace. Another powerful Stoic approach to detachment is reframing. Reframing is the practice of shifting your perspective, choosing to see a situation from a new angle that fosters understanding rather than pain. When dealing with difficult attachments, reframing can help you see the experience as an opportunity for growth. Perhaps this person taught you valuable lessons, revealing areas within yourself that needed growth or resilience. By seeing the situation as part of your journey rather than a setback, you empower yourself to let go without bitterness. This reframing turns challenges into lessons, helping you move forward with gratitude rather than resentment. This perspective shift is transformative, as it allows you to honor the experience while freeing yourself from any lingering attachment. A fifth Stoic rule for detachment is focusing on your higher purpose and values. When emotions run high, it's easy to become consumed by immediate feelings and lose sight of the bigger picture. But when you align with your purpose, your values, goals, and the life you want to build, you gain a sense of clarity that diminishes the power of temporary attachments. Detaching from someone who disrupts your peace becomes easier when you remember your own purpose and recognize that their presence doesn't support it. This alignment with your purpose acts as a guide, helping you move forward with conviction, knowing that you're making choices that support your higher goals. Through these Stoic principles, you develop a profound strength that makes detachment a tool for growth rather than loss. By focusing on what you can control, practicing acceptance, cultivating self-discipline, reframing your perspective, and aligning with your higher purpose, you learn to detach without resentment or regret. Instead, you embrace a life of peace and purpose, where each connection serves to uplift, not drain, your spirit. This path of detachment, rooted in Stoic wisdom, is not just about moving on, but about moving forward with a sense of inner freedom and strength. Recognizing the need to emotionally detach, as Marcus Aurelius taught, can bring you peace and clarity. Yet, some situations require an even deeper understanding of human behavior, especially when navigating complicated emotional dynamics. If someone you care about is playing games with your heart, it can challenge your resilience, self-respect, and sense of peace. Here, Stoic principles can help you outsmart emotional games and approach the situation with wisdom, detachment, and a deep understanding of yourself. By staying grounded, perceptive, and centered in your values, you gain the clarity and composure needed to avoid getting entangled in mind games and to make decisions that honor your well-being. The first Stoic approach to dealing with someone who plays games is to establish clear internal boundaries. When someone tests your emotional limits or tries to manipulate your feelings, it's essential to maintain strong personal boundaries within yourself. This boundary is about deciding in advance what you will and won't accept emotionally. It means setting a standard for how you want to be treated and choosing not to invest emotionally when those standards aren't met. This internal boundary serves as a protective filter, one that keeps you from getting pulled into emotional ups and downs. By staying consistent with this boundary, you remind yourself that your peace is more important than temporary emotions or fleeting attachments. Observing without reacting is another powerful Stoic tool in situations where someone may be trying to manipulate you emotionally. Instead of reacting to every shift or change in behavior, adopt a mindset of detachment, where you observe actions and patterns without becoming emotionally involved. This observational approach allows you to see the situation clearly, to recognize any inconsistencies in behavior, and to understand the true nature of the person's intentions. By observing rather than reacting, you keep control of your own emotions, giving yourself the space to make thoughtful decisions instead of being pulled into reactionary responses. This detachment builds resilience, showing that you are grounded and not easily swayed by others' actions. Practicing self-control over your own responses is essential. Games and manipulation often rely on getting a reaction, but by maintaining self-control, you take away the power of their tactics. Self-control doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means choosing not to give in to impulses or reactions that don't serve your peace. This approach teaches you to stay calm and centered, responding only when it aligns with your own values and needs. When you respond from a place of control, you're no longer at the mercy of others' actions, and you retain the power to choose what feels right for you. Another Stoic strategy is to remain focused on your long-term well-being rather than on short-term emotions. Emotional games often create a cycle of highs and lows, but when you step back and focus on your long-term happiness, you gain clarity. Ask yourself if the person's behavior aligns with the life you want to create, with the values you hold dear. By focusing on your overall well-being, you can evaluate the situation from a perspective that isn't clouded by fleeting emotions. This broader view helps you make decisions that are in your best interest, preventing you from getting trapped in patterns that don't serve your growth. An essential Stoic rule in these situations is to avoid placing your self-worth in someone else's hands. People who play games may attempt to manipulate your feelings to make you doubt yourself or seek their approval. But true Stoic resilience involves knowing that your worth is not defined by anyone else's actions or opinions. When you hold a strong sense of self-worth, you become immune to tactics that aim to undermine your confidence. This self-assurance acts as a shield, making it clear that you don't need to prove yourself or win someone's approval to feel validated. By affirming your own worth, you create an internal strength that keeps you centered and unaffected by external games. Another approach is to practice non-attachment to outcomes. Emotional manipulation often thrives on creating expectations and unfulfilled promises, but by choosing to remain unattached to specific outcomes, you free yourself from this cycle. Non-attachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're choosing not to base your happiness on specific outcomes that are beyond your control. By focusing on what you can control, your own mindset, actions, and self-respect, you stay grounded, regardless of how the situation unfolds. This non-attachment brings peace, as you're no longer waiting for someone else's behavior to determine your happiness or self-worth. Maintaining honesty with yourself is also vital. In situations involving emotional games, it's easy to fall into self-deception, to justify actions or make excuses. But Stoic wisdom teaches the importance of self-honesty, of facing situations with clear eyes and an open heart. This honesty helps you recognize when someone's behavior doesn't align with your values or needs. By being truthful with yourself, you empower yourself to make choices that protect your peace and uphold your standards. This clarity strengthens your resolve, reminding you that your emotional well-being is worth more than maintaining a relationship that doesn't honor your truth. Applying the principle of focusing on what truly matters can also help. Games and manipulation can be a distraction from your goals, values, and priorities, but when you stay focused on what is meaningful to you, these distractions lose their power. By keeping your attention on your personal growth, goals, and the relationships that uplift you, you're less likely to be drawn into someone else's emotional turbulence. This focus reminds you that your life is rich and full, that your energy is best spent on what brings you genuine fulfillment, rather than on temporary emotional games. Choosing to approach the situation with compassion, not attachment, is another Stoic approach. Compassion allows you to understand another's perspective without being emotionally entangled in it. When you view the situation with compassion, you can recognize that someone's games may stem from their own insecurities or unresolved issues. This understanding doesn't mean excusing their behavior. Rather, it allows you to respond with grace while staying rooted in your own values. Compassion helps you let go without resentment, freeing yourself from the emotional pull of the situation while retaining your dignity. Embracing your own autonomy and independence is key. Stoicism teaches the importance of self-reliance, of knowing that your happiness and peace are ultimately within your control. When you embrace your independence, you realize that you don't need anyone's validation or attention to feel whole. This autonomy is empowering, as it reminds you that your well-being is not dependent on others. By cultivating this self-reliance, you free yourself from emotional games and find strength within, building a life that is rich in purpose and free from unnecessary emotional strain. Through these Stoic principles, you can navigate emotional games with wisdom, strength, and grace. By setting internal boundaries, practicing self-control, focusing on your well-being, affirming your worth, and embracing non-attachment, you free yourself from the need to engage in dynamics that don't serve your growth. This approach allows you to maintain peace, dignity, and clarity, building a life that reflects your values and attracts those who respect and honor your worth. After cultivating emotional resilience and learning to handle manipulative games with clarity, a new challenge can arise: facing individuals who act with darker intentions. When you've recognized their tactics, they can respond in ways that reveal even more about their true nature. Such individuals, aware that you now see through their facade, may employ new behaviors to regain control or undermine your peace. Here, Stoic wisdom offers powerful guidance on navigating these complex situations. By understanding the strategies they might use, you can respond with calm, insight, and dignity, staying centered in your values while preserving your mental and emotional well-being. When people with harmful intentions realize you see them clearly, they often try to project guilt or blame back onto you. Accusations may arise, suggesting that you're overreacting, unkind, or simply imagining things. This projection serves as a defense mechanism, shifting the focus away from their actions and attempting to cast doubt on your perceptions. But with Stoic detachment, you can observe this tactic without becoming emotionally entangled. When you hold firm to what you know, recognizing projection for what it is, you refuse to accept responsibility for their actions. By calmly asserting your truth without defensiveness, you maintain your integrity, rendering their attempts at guilt ineffective. Another reaction they might exhibit is a shift towards sudden kindness or generosity, a behavior often called love bombing. When manipulative individuals feel their influence slipping, they may attempt to draw you back in by offering attention, compliments, or gifts. This tactic preys on your natural desire for harmony, creating a temporary illusion of change or genuine affection. However, By remembering the Stoic principle of looking beyond appearances, you can view these gestures critically. Recognize that true change takes time and consistency, and a sudden shift in behavior may only be a way to regain control. By staying steady and not giving in to temporary acts, you prevent yourself from being swayed by surface gestures. Another behavior that may emerge is the tactic of isolation. People with harmful intentions may try to influence your relationships with others, creating doubt or spreading misinformation to turn others against you or make you feel alone. This attempt at isolation is aimed at weakening your support system, making it easier for them to regain control. But Stoic resilience teaches the importance of self-reliance and inner strength. Even when faced with attempts to isolate you, you can stay grounded by remembering your own worth and the truth of your experiences. This inner strength keeps you connected to yourself, enabling you to navigate challenges without losing your sense of peace. They may also attempt to manipulate your emotions through silence or withdrawal, sometimes referred to as the silent treatment. This behavior is designed to provoke feelings of abandonment, insecurity, or anxiety, creating a sense of longing for their approval or attention. But by adopting a Stoic approach, you can detach from the need for external validation, focusing instead on your own internal stability. When you realize that your peace does not depend on anyone else's behavior, you free yourself from the emotional hold of their silence. By embracing solitude as a source of strength rather than fear, you can remain unshaken, showing that their withdrawal holds no power over your peace. Attempts to undermine your achievements or downplay your abilities may also emerge when they know you're aware of their motives. This subtle sabotage is aimed at making you question your worth or capabilities, subtly undermining your confidence. But Stoic philosophy reminds you to focus on your own virtues and internal strengths rather than external validation. By taking pride in your efforts and valuing your own judgment, you create a shield against criticism meant to bring you down. This self-assuredness ensures that you remain resilient, unshaken by any attempts to minimize your accomplishments or question your worth. People with harmful intentions may also shift to a more aggressive or confrontational stance when they realize you're aware of their behavior. This tactic is an attempt to intimidate or overwhelm you, hoping to provoke a reaction that reestablishes their control. Stoicism teaches the power of remaining calm in the face of aggression, choosing to respond with measured composure rather than impulsive reactions. By refusing to meet aggression with aggression, you show that their attempts to provoke you are ineffective. This calm, controlled response often disarms those who seek to manipulate, as it shows that you are unyielding, anchored in your own strength and inner peace. Manipulative individuals may attempt to twist your own words or past actions, using them to create confusion or self-doubt. This tactic, known as gaslighting, is intended to make you question your reality and weaken your resolve. But with Stoic clarity, you can observe this behavior without internalizing it. By staying connected to the truth of your own experiences, you resist the pull of doubt. Trusting in your perceptions and remaining true to your own understanding protects you from their attempts to distort reality. This grounded perspective ensures that you retain control over your own mind, unclouded by the confusion they attempt to sow. Through these Stoic insights, you can face each tactic with confidence, maintaining peace and integrity regardless of others' actions. By understanding projection, recognizing temporary gestures for what they are, valuing self-reliance, embracing solitude, focusing on your strengths, remaining calm, and trusting in your own reality, you become unbreakable. These principles allow you to navigate interactions with wisdom and poise, honoring your own worth and staying true to the path of peace and resilience. After learning to recognize and guard yourself against harmful tactics, the next step is cultivating a mindset that empowers you from within, a mindset where you truly embody confidence. This is not about arrogance, but about living with a sense of self-worth that radiates strength, assurance, and resilience. Stoic philosophy teaches that acting as if you are the best is a powerful way to tap into your full potential. It's about holding yourself to the highest standards, recognizing your value, and approaching life with a sense of dignity and unshakable inner strength. When you carry yourself with this belief, you communicate confidence without words, standing firmly in your self-worth regardless of others' opinions or judgments. To act as if you are the best, begin by setting high standards for yourself. This practice doesn't mean striving to be superior to others. Instead, it means defining and pursuing your own highest potential. By focusing on continual self-improvement and personal growth, you direct your energy toward becoming the best version of yourself. This commitment to excellence sets a tone in everything you do, creating a sense of fulfillment that doesn't rely on comparison, but on your own progress. Through this pursuit of self-mastery, you build a foundation of confidence that remains steady, regardless of external validation or opinions. A key part of embodying this mindset is to embrace a sense of unbreakable self-worth. This isn't about boasting or needing constant approval. It's about recognizing your inherent value and refusing to let anyone diminish it. When you carry yourself with this inner assurance, it naturally influences how others perceive you. People are drawn to confidence and self-respect, and they sense when someone truly believes in themselves. This quiet self-assurance serves as a shield, protecting you from doubt and negativity. By honoring your own worth, you set a standard that others are likely to respect, helping you foster relationships that are grounded in mutual respect and appreciation. Another way to cultivate this inner strength is by practicing self-discipline. Stoicism teaches that mastery over oneself is one of the highest forms of strength. When you discipline your thoughts, actions, and emotions, you gain control over your life. This self-mastery helps you act with intention rather than impulse, allowing you to navigate challenges with clarity and calm. Self-discipline gives you confidence in your ability to handle whatever life brings, reinforcing the belief that you are equipped to overcome obstacles. By honing this inner control, you demonstrate to yourself and others that you are resilient, capable, and grounded in your own power. To act as if you are the best also means carrying a sense of purpose in all that you do. When you approach each day with intention, aligning your actions with your values, you cultivate a life that reflects your highest ideals. This sense of purpose guides your decisions, helping you to focus on what truly matters. People with purpose are magnetic because they are driven by something greater than themselves. By committing to a life of purpose, you show that you value yourself and your time, and this inner drive creates a sense of fulfillment that radiates outward. Acting from purpose builds a sense of pride and satisfaction, allowing you to stand tall in your convictions and move through life with unwavering confidence. Resilience is another essential element of acting as if you are the best. Life will always present challenges, and how you respond to them shapes your character. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that resilience, the ability to endure, adapt, and rise above difficulties, is what defines true strength. By facing adversity with courage and persistence, you reinforce your belief in your own capabilities. Each time you overcome a challenge, you build your inner confidence, teaching yourself that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. This resilience fortifies your sense of self, reminding you that your worth isn't dependent on circumstances, but on your own inner strength. Embracing humility alongside confidence is a powerful Stoic principle. Acting as if you are the best doesn't mean dismissing others' abilities or becoming self-centered. True confidence is marked by humility, a recognition of both your strengths and limitations. This balance allows you to appreciate others' talents while standing firmly in your own worth. Humility keeps you grounded, reminding you that growth is an ongoing journey. By acknowledging that you have more to learn, you stay open to self-improvement, which is the hallmark of genuine confidence. This combination of confidence and humility creates a presence that is both strong and approachable, one that others naturally respect. Another crucial aspect of acting as if you are the best is to focus on progress rather than perfection. Stoicism teaches that growth is a continuous process, one that is marked by incremental improvement rather than flawless outcomes. By valuing progress, you remove the pressure to be perfect, allowing yourself the freedom to learn and grow at your own pace. This perspective builds resilience, as you're no longer discouraged by setbacks, but see them as part of your journey. When you embrace growth over perfection, you foster a sense of self-respect that isn't dependent on success alone, but on your dedication to becoming better each day. To embody this mindset fully, cultivate gratitude for your own abilities and experiences. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already possess, enhancing your appreciation for your own strengths. By recognizing your accomplishments and the journey that brought you here, you develop a sense of pride in yourself. This gratitude reinforces your self-worth, reminding you of how far you've come and motivating you to continue striving. Gratitude also attracts positivity, as it radiates a sense of contentment and fulfillment. When you are grateful for your own life, others see this peace and respect your sense of self-assurance. Patience with yourself is equally vital. Acting as if you are the best means understanding that growth takes time. Stoicism teaches that patience is essential, not only with others, but with yourself. When you allow yourself the grace to grow without rushing or comparing, you build a lasting confidence that isn't shaken by momentary setbacks. This patience enables you to stay grounded in your journey, knowing that each step forward is meaningful. By embracing patience, you foster a deep respect for your own process, cultivating an inner peace that strengthens your resilience. Acting as if you are the best requires self-compassion. Recognizing your own worth includes treating yourself with kindness, forgiving mistakes, and celebrating small victories. Self-compassion builds resilience, as it teaches you to support yourself through challenges rather than criticize. This inner kindness reinforces the belief that you are worthy of respect, both from yourself and others. By nurturing a compassionate relationship with yourself, you strengthen your self-respect, building a foundation of confidence that endures through all of life's changes. By embodying these Stoic principles, setting high standards, embracing self-worth, practicing discipline, living with purpose, cultivating resilience, balancing confidence with humility, focusing on progress, embracing gratitude, practicing patience, and nurturing self-compassion, you step into a mindset where you truly act as if you are the best. This approach is not about superiority over others. It's about honoring your own worth, living in alignment with your values, and finding strength within. As you integrate these principles, you build a life of unshakable confidence, resilience, and peace, creating a presence that is both powerful and inspiring to those around you. After learning to carry yourself with unshakable confidence and a sense of inner worth, it becomes essential to recognize the habits that might quietly undermine this self-assurance. Even with the best intentions, certain behaviors can prevent you from earning the respect you deserve. Stoic philosophy provides powerful insights into self-awareness and self-discipline, encouraging you to examine these tendencies with honesty and let go of anything that doesn't serve your growth. By removing habits that weaken your character you create space for integrity, resilience, and respect to flourish in every area of your life. One behavior that erodes respect is making excuses. Excuses shift responsibility and avoid accountability, signaling that you're unwilling to own your actions fully. When you accept responsibility instead, you demonstrate maturity and a commitment to improvement. This habit of accountability is rooted in Stoicism, where personal responsibility is key. By choosing to stop making excuses, you strengthen your reliability and integrity. People are drawn to those who accept their role in situations, who seek solutions rather than deflect blame. This shift fosters trust and respect, showing others that you are someone they can rely on. Another respect-diminishing habit is complaining. Complaints can create a negative atmosphere, often focusing more on problems than on solutions. Stoicism teaches that focusing on what you can control rather than lamenting what you can't is the path to inner peace and strength. Complaining also signals a lack of resilience, implying that circumstances dictate your happiness. By choosing to shift your perspective, focusing on solutions and actions, you radiate strength and positivity. This attitude not only boosts your self-respect, but also attracts the admiration of those who value perseverance and positivity in the face of challenges. Procrastination is another habit that can quietly diminish respect. Putting things off signals a lack of self-discipline, a quality that Stoicism values deeply. When you procrastinate, it often leads to rushed work, unfulfilled commitments, and stress, all of which impact the respect others have for you. Practicing self-discipline by taking consistent action, even in small steps, builds a reputation for reliability and dependability. Overcoming procrastination shows that you value your time and responsibilities, earning the respect of those around you. This commitment to action also builds personal pride, as you see yourself following through on your intentions and goals. Another habit that limits respect is seeking constant validation from others. When you rely on external approval, you signal that your self-worth depends on others' opinions. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in self-assurance, in knowing your worth independently of others. Constantly seeking validation can also make you vulnerable to manipulation, as it gives others power over your happiness. By cultivating inner confidence and aligning with your values, you build a foundation of self-respect that doesn't need approval to feel complete. This self-sufficiency attracts genuine respect from others, as they recognize that your worth isn't swayed by outside opinions. Gossip is another behavior that undermines respect. Speaking negatively about others reflects poorly on your character and creates an atmosphere of mistrust. Stoic philosophy emphasizes focusing on one's own growth rather than judging others. Gossiping can also be a sign of insecurity, projecting one's own issues onto others rather than addressing them directly. By choosing to refrain from gossip, you demonstrate integrity and self-respect. People admire those who uplift others and focus on their own development. This discipline fosters an environment of respect, as others see you as trustworthy, fair, and sincere. Allowing negative self-talk to take over can silently diminish the respect you have for yourself. Stoicism teaches that our thoughts shape our reality, and feeding your mind with negativity weakens your inner strength. Negative self-talk can lead to self-doubt, impacting your confidence and how others perceive you. By practicing positive affirmations and self-compassion, you cultivate a mindset that supports your goals and well-being. This inner kindness builds resilience and a strong sense of self-worth, setting the foundation for both self-respect and the respect of others. In letting go of these 6 habits, excuses, complaining, procrastination, seeking validation, gossip, and negative self-talk, You clear the path for true respect. By replacing them with accountability, positivity, discipline, self-assurance, integrity, and self-compassion, you create a life grounded in Stoic principles. This transformation allows you to stand confidently in your worth, fostering both self-respect and the admiration of those around you. Recognizing behaviors that weaken your self-respect is a powerful step in building genuine confidence and integrity. Yet, sometimes even with strong boundaries and a clear sense of self, you'll encounter situations where others may not be entirely truthful. Stoic philosophy offers guidance on understanding human behavior and remaining perceptive without letting emotions cloud your judgment. By learning to recognize the subtle signs of dishonesty, you gain insight into others' intentions, protecting yourself and making more informed decisions in every interaction. These signs, when observed with clarity and calm, can reveal far more than words alone and help you stay grounded in truth. One sign that someone may be lying is inconsistency in their story. When someone fabricates information, it's challenging to keep every detail consistent over time. If you notice subtle changes in what someone says, it's often because they're trying to remember the details of their lie rather than recounting a true event. Stoicism teaches us to listen with discernment, observing without jumping to conclusions. By calmly paying attention to these inconsistencies, you can see beyond the surface and get a clearer sense of whether someone is being genuine or trying to manipulate the truth. Another common sign of dishonesty is a sudden shift in body language. When people lie, they often become physically uncomfortable, displaying subtle behaviors like fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or crossing their arms defensively. These nonverbal cues reveal the internal discomfort they may feel about deceiving someone. In Stoicism, self-awareness extends to understanding others, and by observing these small shifts, you can gain insight into what someone might be hiding. Instead of reacting, take note of these signs with calm curiosity, allowing them to guide your intuition about the truth. An overabundance of details can also signal dishonesty. Sometimes when people lie, they overcompensate by adding excessive details to make their story seem more believable. This tactic often backfires, as the additional details may feel unnatural or forced. A Stoic approach here is to listen closely without being swept up by the story. When someone offers an unusually elaborate explanation, it can be a red flag that they're trying too hard to convince you. By staying grounded and observing without judgment, you can distinguish between authentic storytelling and details meant to distract from the truth. A noticeable change in tone of voice is another indicator of a potential lie. When people lie, their voice may change in pitch or speed, as deception often brings with it anxiety or stress. This vocal shift can reveal that they're not as confident in their words as they want you to believe. A Stoic mindset teaches you to remain calm and composed, listening closely to subtle changes without reacting emotionally. This heightened awareness of tone helps you discern truth from falsehood, as you're able to identify when someone's vocal cues don't align with their words. Another sign of dishonesty is deflecting or changing the subject abruptly. When someone is uncomfortable with the truth, they may try to steer the conversation in a different direction to avoid scrutiny. This behavior often signals that they're hiding something, as they're unwilling to delve into details. Stoic philosophy encourages patience and attentiveness, so when someone deflects, you can calmly guide the conversation back without appearing accusatory. By keeping the focus on the subject, you can observe their discomfort and gain insight into whether they're evading the truth. Defensive behavior is also a common reaction when someone feels cornered by their own lie. If someone responds to simple questions with hostility or overly defensive responses, it may be because they're hiding something. Stoicism teaches the importance of maintaining composure, so instead of reacting to their defensiveness, remain calm and unbothered. This calmness often unnerves those who lie, as they realize they cannot manipulate your reactions. By observing their defensiveness without engaging in conflict, you reveal more about their intentions and protect yourself from their attempt to control the narrative. A lack of natural expressions or exaggerated emotions can be a sign that someone is lying. When people fabricate emotions, they often overdo it, either by exaggerating expressions or showing an unusual lack of emotion altogether. Stoicism values authenticity, so by focusing on genuine interactions, you become more attuned to these unnatural behaviors. If someone's emotions seem forced or disconnected from the context, it may be a sign they're trying to manipulate your perception. Observing this calmly allows you to gauge their sincerity without getting drawn into a false narrative. By recognizing these signs, story inconsistency, shifts in body language, overabundance of details, changes in tone, subject deflection, defensive behavior, and unnatural expressions, you build a keen sense of discernment rooted in Stoic principles. This awareness protects you from deception, allowing you to navigate interactions with confidence, insight, and calm assurance. As you integrate these insights, you cultivate a life guided by truth and integrity, one where you trust your intuition while remaining grounded in wisdom and self-respect. Understanding the subtle signs of dishonesty can shape your interactions and protect your peace, grounding you in wisdom and clarity. Yet, beyond these daily interactions, there lies a deeper question. What are the most valuable lessons to carry with you through life? Stoic philosophy offers timeless insights that transcend individual moments, guiding you toward a life rich with meaning, resilience, and integrity. There are principles that, if embraced, can transform not only how you experience life, but also how you approach every decision, challenge, and relationship. The first essential Stoic lesson is understanding the concept of control. Life brings both joy and hardship, but not everything is within your reach to influence. Stoicism emphasizes the distinction between what lies within your control, your thoughts, actions, and responses, and what exists beyond it, like other people's choices, natural events, or the passage of time. When you focus on what you can influence and release attachment to what you cannot, you find a calm resilience that cannot be shaken. This wisdom teaches you that inner peace does not rely on external circumstances, but on the power of your own mind. Each time you face a challenge or setback, remembering this principle reminds you of the freedom you have in choosing your own response, a choice that no external force can ever take away. Another profound lesson in Stoic thought is the inevitability of impermanence. Nothing lasts forever, neither success nor suffering. The Stoics urged us to embrace this impermanence as a reminder to cherish the present, appreciate what we have, and let go gracefully when things come to an end. By accepting life's transience, you develop a sense of appreciation for each moment and release the fear of change. Embracing impermanence fosters gratitude, for it highlights the beauty of fleeting moments. This perspective encourages you to live fully, understanding that every experience, even those that challenge you, adds depth to your life's journey. Embracing the value of adversity is another essential Stoic principle. Life's challenges are not barriers, but opportunities for growth. Adversity strengthens resilience, teaching you to rise each time you fall and develop a character grounded in perseverance. When you face difficulties, the Stoic perspective invites you to view them as teachers, helping you become wiser, stronger, and more compassionate. This resilience is not about ignoring hardship, but facing it with dignity, transforming struggles into stepping stones toward wisdom. By embracing adversity, you allow each obstacle to refine your character, enriching your understanding of yourself and the world around you. The Stoics also teach the power of humility. Humility is the awareness that life is not centered around you alone, and that true growth requires acknowledging both strengths and limitations. This mindset frees you from the pressures of ego, encouraging you to see others with compassion and treat them with respect. When you approach life with humility, you create space for learning and self-improvement, as you're no longer weighed down by the need to appear perfect or superior. Humility builds genuine connections and fosters a sense of community, reminding you that wisdom often comes from recognizing the value in others and learning from diverse perspectives. Cultivating inner peace is another Stoic lesson that shapes the quality of your life. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to remain calm and centered is invaluable. Stoicism teaches that inner peace comes from aligning your actions with your values, maintaining balance, and refusing to be swayed by external chaos. By cultivating a sense of calm, you build a life that is less affected by momentary stress and more focused on meaningful pursuits. This peace allows you to approach life with clarity, making decisions from a place of stability rather than reaction. Inner peace nurtures your well-being, creating a foundation of strength that sustains you through life's ebbs and flows. Another lesson that profoundly impacts life is the pursuit of virtue. For the Stoics, living a virtuous life, grounded in wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline, was the highest aim. Virtue is not a moral obligation, but a path to a fulfilling life. By embodying these qualities, you align yourself with values that bring lasting satisfaction and respect. The pursuit of virtue challenges you to act with integrity, make ethical choices, and stand by your principles even when it's difficult. This commitment to virtue not only enhances your own life, but also positively influences those around you, creating a ripple effect of kindness, fairness, and respect in the world. Reflecting on mortality is a Stoic practice that deepens your appreciation for life. Recognizing that life is finite doesn't invite fear, but motivates you to live fully and meaningfully. By remembering that time is limited, you prioritize what truly matters, letting go of trivial concerns and embracing your purpose. This perspective encourages you to focus on actions that align with your values, nurture your relationships, and pursue your goals without hesitation. Reflecting on mortality isn't about dwelling on death, but about enhancing the quality of each moment, so that when you look back, you know that you lived with intention and heart. These Stoic lessons, the power of control, embracing impermanence, finding strength in adversity, practicing humility, cultivating inner peace, pursuing virtue, and reflecting on mortality, guide you toward a life that is rich, meaningful, and resilient. By integrating these principles, you build a life marked by wisdom and authenticity, one that reflects your highest self and serves as a legacy of purpose and integrity. In living by these lessons, you find fulfillment and create a life that, when reflected upon, brings a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing that each moment was lived with depth, courage, and gratitude. Having reflected on life's core Stoic lessons, control, impermanence, resilience, humility, inner peace, virtue, and mortality, you've laid a foundation for a life of depth and meaning. But Stoicism doesn't stop at insights. It demands action, especially in training your mind to face daily life with clarity and strength. Building mental resilience and sharpening your focus are essential for navigating the unpredictable world. Stoic thinkers recognized that the quality of your thoughts shapes your experience. Training the mind is not merely a philosophical exercise, it's a daily practice that enhances your ability to make sound decisions, stay grounded, and lead a life of inner harmony. Here are essential ways to strengthen your mind, each rooted in Stoic wisdom, so you can handle any situation with calm and confidence. One critical aspect of mental training is developing awareness over your thoughts. Recognizing that thoughts can arise automatically, influenced by emotions or external situations, helps you see them clearly without letting them control you. By observing your thoughts, you create a mental space between stimulus and response, empowering yourself to choose how you respond. This mindfulness approach is central to Stoicism. Rather than reacting impulsively, you pause, evaluate, and select the response that aligns with your values. This practice builds self-control, training your mind to prioritize reason over impulse, making you less vulnerable to emotional reactivity. Another powerful Stoic technique for mental fortitude is embracing discomfort deliberately. Life is filled with challenges, but if you expose yourself to discomfort purposefully, you build resilience for when real challenges arise. This can be done in small ways, whether by taking a cold shower, enduring a period of silence, or resisting the urge to check your phone immediately upon waking. Each act of embracing discomfort strengthens your ability to endure, making your mind less sensitive to daily stresses. In this way, training the mind to handle discomfort allows you to face adversity with grace, seeing difficulties not as barriers, but as opportunities to fortify your mental strength. Practicing detachment from outcomes is another valuable exercise for mental resilience. Often, it's not situations themselves, but our attachment to specific outcomes that causes distress. When you train your mind to focus on efforts rather than results, you gain freedom from unnecessary worry. This doesn't mean a lack of ambition or desire. Rather, it's about investing fully in the process without letting the outcome define your happiness or self-worth. By embracing this mindset, you find peace in knowing you did your best, regardless of the result. This mental training sharpens your ability to act with clarity and integrity, freeing you from the anxiety of things outside your control. Contemplation is another technique that sharpens mental clarity. Stoic philosophy encourages regular reflection, taking time to examine your actions, motivations, and progress. Setting aside moments for introspection helps you assess what went well, what could be improved, and what behaviors align with your goals. This practice grounds your mind, helping you stay connected to your values and guiding you to make better decisions. Reflection also deepens self-awareness as it reveals patterns, strengths, and areas for growth. This regular mental check-in builds a clearer sense of self, aligning your mind with your goals and strengthening your resolve to live authentically. Another aspect of training the mind involves setting daily intentions. Each morning, take a moment to center your thoughts and choose what you want to bring to the day. This practice aligns your actions with your values and gives your day a purpose, keeping you focused amidst distractions. By setting a clear intention, you avoid the drift of unstructured thinking, training your mind to stay directed and intentional. This mental preparation empowers you to approach each situation with clarity, making it easier to resist temptations, react calmly to challenges, and remember what truly matters. Consistently practicing this focus strengthens your discipline and mental clarity. Building mental resilience also means limiting negative influences, both external and internal. Just as you would avoid harmful environments, it's crucial to steer clear of thoughts, people, or situations that drain your energy or distort your perspective. When you consciously filter what enters your mind, whether it's news, social media, or negativity from others, you create a mental space that's conducive to growth and peace. This self-protection isn't avoidance, it's prioritizing your mental health by choosing what nourishes your mind. By training yourself to recognize and limit negative influences, you create a stronger, healthier mindset that's better equipped to handle life's complexities. Gratitude is also a powerful mental training tool that enriches your mindset. When you make it a habit to acknowledge what you're thankful for, you shift your focus from lack to abundance, nurturing a positive perspective. Stoics practiced gratitude as a way to ground themselves, appreciating what they had rather than focusing on what they lacked. This mental exercise strengthens emotional resilience, as it trains you to find peace in the present rather than longing for the future. By cultivating gratitude, you foster a mindset that finds joy and contentment in small moments, creating an inner wealth that no external event can take away. Embracing self-compassion is another crucial part of training the mind. Stoicism teaches discipline and resilience, but it also recognizes the importance of treating oneself with kindness. Self-compassion involves recognizing your humanity, accepting mistakes as part of growth, and moving forward with patience and encouragement. This practice prevents harsh self-judgment and fosters a supportive inner dialogue. By developing a compassionate mindset, you create a foundation of inner strength that allows you to face challenges without self-doubt, knowing that you are a work in progress and worthy of kindness. Self-compassion strengthens your resolve, reminding you that growth is a journey, not a destination. Practicing present moment awareness or mindfulness is essential in mental training. Stoicism emphasizes staying connected to the now, as the present is the only time you can actively influence. When you train your mind to focus on the current moment, you build resilience against distraction and anxiety about the future. This mindfulness fosters a sense of calm and clarity, enabling you to engage fully with each experience, free from the burdens of the past or future. Mindfulness strengthens your focus as it trains you to center your thoughts on what truly matters, allowing you to live intentionally rather than reactively. By incorporating these Stoic practices, awareness of thoughts, embracing discomfort, detachment from outcomes, contemplation, setting intentions, limiting negativity, practicing gratitude, embracing self-compassion, and cultivating mindfulness, you forge a mind that is both resilient and adaptable. This mental training equips you to navigate life's highs and lows with equanimity and strength. As you consistently apply these techniques, you build a mental foundation that allows you to face each day with confidence, clarity, and a deep sense of purpose, creating a life aligned with the core values of Stoic wisdom. Building mental resilience is an invaluable foundation, but true inner strength requires something even deeper, a self-esteem that remains unshaken by external forces. Stoicism offers timeless guidance on how to cultivate a self-esteem that isn't based on fleeting validation, achievements, or opinions, but on an enduring sense of self-worth rooted in integrity and inner values. The wisdom of Stoic philosophy teaches that indestructible self-esteem isn't about inflated pride. It's about cultivating a deep and genuine respect for yourself, regardless of life's unpredictable challenges. Here are 9 Stoic principles that help nurture this resilient self-esteem, empowering you to live with confidence, stability, and unshakable self-respect. One foundational key is understanding that self-worth begins with self-acceptance. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the value of knowing yourself, acknowledging your strengths, limitations, and unique qualities without judgment. When you accept yourself fully, you no longer seek constant validation or approval from others. This inner acceptance brings a quiet strength, one that allows you to stand tall in who you are without needing to prove yourself. By nurturing self-acceptance, you recognize that you are a work in progress, worthy of respect as you are, and open to growth. Another vital principle is focusing on your character rather than external successes. In Stoicism, true value lies in virtue, in qualities like integrity, kindness, and resilience, rather than in achievements, status, or material wealth. When you shift your self-esteem from outcomes to character, you create a foundation that cannot be shaken by external changes. Building a strong character gives you pride in the person you're becoming, fostering a self-esteem that's based on values that endure. This inner strength becomes a compass that guides you through life, keeping you grounded no matter the circumstances. Practicing self-discipline is another key to unbreakable self-esteem. When you cultivate control over your impulses, you reinforce your own trustworthiness and integrity. Discipline is a form of self-respect. It shows that you value your commitments and are willing to put in the effort to honor them. Each time you exercise self-control, whether in your thoughts, actions, or habits, you build confidence in your own reliability. This discipline empowers you to achieve your goals while fostering a deep sense of self-trust that strengthens your self-esteem. Cultivating resilience in the face of adversity is also essential. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in enduring challenges with grace, seeing them as opportunities for growth. When you face difficulties with resilience, you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling life's uncertainties. This resilience builds a self-esteem rooted in courage, showing you that your worth is not defined by external events, but by your ability to rise above them. Each challenge faced with dignity reinforces your belief in your own strength, nurturing a self-esteem that remains steadfast, regardless of external circumstances. Practicing gratitude is another powerful way to strengthen self-esteem. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you possess, fostering a sense of abundance. When you regularly acknowledge what you're thankful for, you recognize the value within yourself and your life, which enhances your self-worth. This appreciation creates an inner richness, reminding you that self-esteem isn't about needing more, but about valuing what you already have. By embracing gratitude, you cultivate a mindset that finds fulfillment in the present, which boosts your confidence and resilience. Another Stoic principle that nurtures self-esteem is valuing authenticity over approval. When you choose to live in alignment with your true self, rather than conforming to others' expectations, you reinforce your self-respect. Authenticity shows that you honor your own values, even when it's not easy or popular. This courage to be true to yourself builds a self-esteem that doesn't fluctuate based on others' opinions. By embracing authenticity, you foster a sense of pride in who you are, creating a self-worth that is both honest and unwavering. Setting boundaries is also crucial to building indestructible self-esteem. Boundaries demonstrate that you respect yourself enough to protect your time, energy, and well-being. Stoicism teaches the importance of maintaining your own peace, and boundaries are essential for this. When you set and honor boundaries, you communicate to yourself and others that you value your worth. These boundaries strengthen your self-esteem as they show that you are willing to stand up for what you need, creating a life that aligns with your values and respects your personal space. Practicing forgiveness, both of yourself and others, is another key to a resilient self-esteem. Holding on to grudges or self-criticism can create emotional burdens that weigh down your self-worth. Stoicism encourages letting go of resentment and accepting human imperfections. By forgiving yourself, you allow room for growth without harsh judgment, nurturing a kind and supportive inner dialogue. This compassion toward yourself strengthens your self-esteem, showing you that mistakes don't define your worth. When you forgive, you release emotional baggage, creating a lightness and clarity that enhance your sense of self-worth. Developing a growth mindset is vital for indestructible self-esteem. Stoicism views life as a continual journey of improvement, where setbacks are opportunities to learn. When you adopt this perspective, you see challenges not as failures, but as stepping stones toward growth. A growth mindset reinforces the belief that your worth is not fixed, but evolves as you do. Each experience, whether positive or challenging, contributes to your development, fostering a self-esteem that grows stronger with every lesson. This mindset keeps you focused on your potential rather than your limitations, creating a foundation of self-worth that is both dynamic and enduring. By embracing these 9 Stoic principles, self-acceptance, character-focused esteem, self-discipline, resilience, gratitude, authenticity, boundaries, forgiveness, and a growth mindset, you cultivate a self-esteem that cannot be shaken. This indestructible self-worth isn't about perfection, but about living in harmony with your values, honoring your journey, and embracing your unique path. Through these practices, you build a life of inner strength and confidence, one that remains true regardless of life's ups and downs. This enduring self-esteem empowers you to face any situation with resilience, dignity, and unwavering self-respect. Dealing with disrespect isn't just about reacting in the moment. It's about equipping yourself with a toolkit of powerful, quiet strategies that strengthen your confidence and command respect without a single unnecessary word. From mastering the art of silence and the power of setting firm, non-verbal boundaries, to cultivating unwavering confidence and protecting your energy, these lessons empower you to handle any situation with calm dignity. By choosing thoughtful responses over emotional reactions and learning to let go of the need to justify yourself, you build a strong foundation of self-respect that naturally discourages disrespect. Each lesson is a step toward embodying a presence that speaks louder than any words, a presence that tells the world you are not to be underestimated. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Which of these lessons resonates the most with you? Have you tried any of these strategies, or do you have your own powerful ways to deal with disrespect? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights could inspire someone else. If you found value in this video, make sure to hit subscribe and join our community for more empowering content. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep standing tall.